Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I haven't said that in almost a month. No, when's the last video I posted? The last video I posted was the prize winner video. It's like almost a month ago, yeah. So not nearly a month, but enough. Almost a month. Y'all. Oh my god, I don't want to make this an update video. This video is gonna be juicy. This video is gonna be, let's just say it right there. So let me give y'all a little quick update. Then I'm gonna get into the juice. This video is gonna have multiple facets to it, so I need y'all to keep up with me. And I haven't been able to talk to you guys in so long. I'm like nervous again, like, oh my god, I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I feel like I'm about to give y'all a 4-hour-long video, but I'm not. I gotta go handle some stuff. But nevertheless, you guys, I just want to say again, congratulations to the 5K winners. We made it to 5K. We're actually past 5K right now, and we're on our way to 10K. And three of the winners, I've gotten in touch with you guys successfully, and your prize is shipping the first week of April. I have my one winner who is based in South Africa, and you're gonna get yours the second week of April. And I just need 2 more, you guys know who you are, who haven't claimed your prize yet, to answer my DM, get in contact with me, or claim your prize so that I can send it to you guys, you know, etc. But if you don't want your prize, let me know, because I got 2 boxes here that I can give to someone else that was on the list. Because trust me, you guys, I know a lot of you were disappointed you didn't win, but I could only pick 5 people. But I had at least, I think, about 18 people that I wanted to choose from, but I didn't want to just put all the names in a hat and pick the lucky one. I just kind of wanted to really, like, you know, like I said, I had background, you know, with the people. I remember one of my viewers, one of you HARASDOLLS in the comments are gonna say you picked all light-skinned people, and it's like, girl, don't do that. Don't do that, girl. I'm big on colorism. I dealt with colorism like crazy. I did not just pick light-skinned people. That's crazy. I thought you guys would be happy for each other, like. But like I said, I have a lot of prizes coming. I have the reason why I've been away so long, like, I know I've been not posting as often as I used to, is because I wanted to open up a new branch into the YouTube channel that I think that you guys would like, a new set of content, and I needed help with it. I needed a graphic designer. I needed to travel to do it, and I'm excited about it. I haven't sat down to edit it yet because, like I said, I hired a graphic designer now to help me, because I can't be the content, the traveler, and the worker. But when I release this project this summer, I really hope you guys love it, because I've been working on it since January. We're in March and it's coming out this summer, so stay tuned. In other news, you guys, on the docket list today, I'm not even gonna keep y'all waiting for the story to start, because y'all seen the title, y'all seen the thumbnail. I don't know what I'm gonna make the thumbnail, but y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. So let's just get right into it. I know I did a poll on my community tab, and you guys wanted the pure white sugar story time about my sugar daddy. But I'm gonna give that to y'all next. Hopefully I can film another video when I come back home later. So right now I'm about to give y'all this story time because it's super juicy. Sit back. If you're cleaning, if you're at work, put your AirPods in. Whatever you're doing, grab your wine, your spliff. I stopped smoking, you guys. That's another new thing that's going on. Whatever, let's get into it, because this story is gonna be what? It's gonna be what? It's gonna be what? It's gonna be motherfucking juicy. Squish, squish. Mac and cheese. Let me do another round of that because it's juicy. Let's get to it. You guys, my life is a movie. When I tell you a movie, sometimes I want to sit back and actually, like, remember certain things in detail so I can give y'all more stories, because my life is a movie. I always said I wanted to write a book, but you guys make me feel like this is my book. Like, I love that you guys sit here and you listen to me, you give me advice, you connect with me, and I feel like you're reading my book, but you're like watching my stories, and, like, you know, I love it. I just love it here. So thank you guys for giving me an outlet to express myself honestly and truly, and just whatever. I didn't know if I wanted to bring this topic to YouTube, but I'm like, I had already started giving y'all some of the tea. I didn't know it was gonna prolonged this far, but it has. And I just feel like, why not give y'all the honest tea about what's going on, because me sharing my experiences with y'all is gonna help y'all in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all tell me that like y'all learn a lot from what I've been through, and I'm like, you know what, since I just went through this, I also learned from it. Let me share it with y'all. I'm not even gonna be embarrassed about it. You know, I like to be honest with you guys. You guys are my tribe, so let's just get into it. So on the docket list today, we are discussing the none other infamous Clingy. You guys remember Clingy? Do you guys remember Clingy? Do you? If you guys remember Clingy, back last year, maybe towards the end of the year, I made about like 3 to 4 story times, or maybe 2 full story times, and I included some updates and some other stories. I'm gonna put them right here about Clingy. So I know a lot of you guys are new here, so I'm gonna give y'all a brief explanation about who Clingy is. I'm not gonna go into extreme detail because a lot of you guys also have sat down through those videos, so I'm just gonna give you guys a brief overview so you guys can understand who and what I'm speaking of and how it got this far and how it got to this point, right? So this all started last year when I was working with my previous employer, right? So I was working at a job with my previous employer. I met a girl and I named her Clingy. The reason why I named her Clingy is because she would not unclench me, okay? You ever meet people at work, your coworkers, and you're nice, you're pleasant, everyone's pleasant with each other, but then there's coworkers who the job is literally their life. So now you being nice to them, or them being like now seeing you as a friend or being attracted to you in a certain way, because after what happened recently, like a few weeks ago, I feel like Clingy liked me as more than a friend. I feel like maybe she had like a lesbian crush on me, because no one goes this hard. No one does this much for a stranger, right? I met Clingy at my job. I only knew Clingy for a total of 3 months. From the time I met Clingy to the time that I quit my job, it was 3 months total. And I only was, what I would say, cool with her as far as like us, you know, communicating at work and talking and, you know, whatever, for like, I would say maybe 6 weeks, less than 2 months. So half of that 3 months we were just hi bye coworkers, and then the next half we were cool. I'm not even gonna sit here in front. We were cool. I even went to her birthday dinner, got her birthday gift, helped her plan her birthday, supported her business, all that stuff. You guys will see that in the previous story times, right? So if we start with the beginning, right, because I need time frames for this so you guys can understand how unhinged this situation is. I stopped being friends with Clingy in mid-September, right? So Clingy and I were co-workers. I met her in passing. Like, we weren't really like always working side by side. I met her in passing, right? Clingy becomes a supervisor. She's the head of me in the company, because her and her family, you know, they got ties with management, whatever that case may be. I don't care. She becomes a supervisor. She requests me to come work underneath her, right? Because she liked me. I gave her what I did. The first mistake I made in this situation is I mixed business with personal. I should have never given Clingy my Instagram page. But when she had asked me for it, it wasn't something that I was thinking would lead to anything that would cause all of this. I was just thinking like, oh hey, yeah, like give me your Instagram, whatever, like, you know, because like I said, we used to see each other in passing. So I gave her my Instagram, whatever. Never even really checked out her Instagram. I didn't know that she became so... This is one thing. When people see me at work, I'm all over the place. When people see me at work, they don't see me like this. So now when they go to my Instagram and they see me like this, a lot of people get... the way they treat me and the way they move with me is different. So I felt like after Clingy discovered that, like, you know, I'm a fashion guru, beauty guru, I do a lot of these things, and because she doesn't come from that lifestyle, she's a bulldagger, she's a dyke, she's a tomboy, she's a stud, she's insecure, she doesn't know herself, she doesn't love herself, whatever the case may be. Because she grew up like that, And now, remember, I'm a nice person and I don't want to be nice anymore. I'm going to follow Your Level Up Guru. I love her channel if you don't know her, like Your Level Up Guru. I'm going to be kind. I'm not going to be nice anymore because this is where niceties bring you. I was nice to her and then she started attaching herself to me, right? So I started working underneath her because she requested for me to work with her. But then Clingy became clingy. She would not give me my space at work. Clingy was clinging on to me. She wanted to go everywhere I wanted to go. She was giving me permission to break rules. She was encouraging me to break rules. She was just doing the most. And then Clingy birthday came around. She was overwhelming me. Like Clingy started treating me like I was her like best friend, or like me and her was like this type of thing. And it's kind of like, I don't understand how people can't be nice with each other and still maintain boundaries, space, and all that stuff. It felt like the more I was nice to her, the more she attached herself to me. I became uncomfortable. I asked her for my space. You guys will get all that details if you tune back in to the second video that I posted on here. I'm gonna post it here again. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to tag it in the URL on the video. So I gave y'all details, but I just wanted to give y'all a rundown. There are no friends at work. Your co-workers are not your friends. These are people that you happen to be in proximity with because you work for somebody else. You can't control that. But would I choose to be in the vicinity of these people by choice? No, because even when I hung out with Clingy only 2 times outside of work, and both times I felt like I kind of forced myself to do it because I was being nice. It wasn't even something that I would have preferred to do in my personal daily life or whatever the case may be, which is why I fought myself, because I'm not supposed to do things to please other people or be nice to other people, go to people's birthdays just to, she was begging me to come to her birthday, so I went. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was that type of thing. And then the other time it was like a co-worker group thing, right? Let's get that out the way. I just wanted to give you a brief synopsis of what has happened with Clingy, and hopefully the people who don't understand the dynamics of how clingy she was to me, please check out those videos so you can see the details of how weird she was and how obsessive she became. Because a lot of y'all HARASDOLLS in the comments that know the details, y'all was like, how did you deal with that? Like, I was so overstimulated and so overwhelmed by this person who wasn't even a part of my day-to-day life. Like, you know, I work with you, you feel me? Like, why are you doing too much? Nevertheless, whatever, let's get that. So I made my first clingy video, which is this one, where I described everything, like maybe like a week after I stopped talking to her, right? Because she started to make me feel uncomfortable at work. Like I said, she was my supervisor now at this point. So while I'm at work now and I asked her for my space, she didn't take it well at all. The girl spent a day at work crying, upset, mistreating all of my coworkers and me because she's mad. She's throwing a tantrum, she's having a fit, all that stuff. It went from her being sad about me asking her for space and boundaries. Then I went and I blocked her on Instagram. But I didn't block her on some, oh, you get the fuck out my face, whatever. I blocked her on some, I need to separate the access and the proximity between us, because Clingy was crossing my boundaries. She was sharing my personal information, my YouTube, my Instagram with people at work. You know, she was doing a lot, and I felt like she was compromising me, my personal life and my work life, where I made the mistake of sharing my personal life with one person at work, which is Clingy, and not even too much. I just gave you my Instagram. But now all my coworkers are asking me about my red hair, and they never seen me in red hair before. You get what I'm saying? Like shit like that, right? Boom, she was crossing boundaries. All right, I gave y'all a mouth load, right? Okay, so in that video I discussed the situation between me and Clingy and why I feel like there are no friends in the workplace. And honestly, this is not even my first experience with befriending somebody in the workplace and it compromising my job position. So I feel like I've had to learn this lesson one too many times. And it's so difficult because you're at work with people. It's not like you're choosing to be there. You're trying to earn an income. You get what I'm saying? And it's not your fault who you're aligned with at work. But I still also feel like I don't understand the people who can't separate friends from coworkers. Your coworkers are not your friends. If y'all decide that together, that's cool. But you can't just see your coworkers at work and then try to mix y'all personal lives and y'all work lives together, and then when it comes time to try to separate it, you're offended. And that's something that I've gone through a few times at work, where every time I try to separate my personal from my business, the people who are intruding on my life feel offended. Now the work environment is sullied. Now there's an issue. Now boom, 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 boom. It's just a domino effect. Y'all know what I mean. There's so many videos on YouTube about why you should not be friends with your coworkers, so you guys get the dynamic of that. Boom, I made that video. I know that Clingy watched that video mid-September after I asked her for space, and I blocked her on Instagram, because right after I posted that video and I blocked her on everything, because I didn't want her to like be able to like see the video, watch my stuff, and do all that stuff. So I just removed her on everything, right? When I went into work that following week, Clingy was mistreating the hell out of me. She was micromanaging me. She was watching me at work, following me around at work. And she's a supervisor, so she kind of has leeway to do that. So it went from her following me around as a friend and just being up my ass and overstimulating me, to her now following me as a, I guess, a warden, or like freaking a governor, like whatever, like, I'm watching you, yeah. And then she started snitching on me. She started telling managers about how long I was taking in the bathroom, if I was doing this, whatever I was doing through the day. She was snitching on me. Mind you, everything that I was doing was stuff that me and all my coworkers, remember, when you work somewhere, y'all become comfortable with the environment and the stigma of the environment. So everybody start breaking little rules. Even the manager, everybody is cool because everybody's cool. Now, once you're not cool anymore, all of a sudden, people's trying to paperwork you. Oh, you spent 10 minutes in the bathroom. Oh, you did this. Oh, you were on a personal call. Oh, you... when it wasn't a problem before. So it became that type of game, and I understood that because I knew she was still watching my videos. And that's what I didn't understand. It's like, girl, the whole reason why we're not cool anymore is because you invaded my personal space and you crossed boundaries with my personal life. And when I asked you not to do that, you got offended. Now we're not cool no more. Now you don't have access to me no more. So now you're trying to jeopardize my livelihood at work. So I saw that she started to do that, right? Boom. Boom. I'm not saying anything. I'm letting her rock. I'm letting her do it. Now I start getting write-ups for dumb shit. Write-ups for bathroom, write-up for this, write-up for that. So I'm like, listen, girl, if you want to snitch, we can snitch. We can play this game. So I went to management and I retaliated. I told management everything that she was doing that was breaking rules, everything she allowed me to do prior to this, and how this is retaliation, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. So her ass got in trouble too. So we both got in trouble. At that point when we both got in trouble, I felt like management was watching the both of us now, and I felt uncomfortable at work. I felt like I had to work with somebody who hated me. Every time I walk in to the office, she's rolling her eyes. She's giving me a stink face. I feel like I can't even fart without getting in trouble. Like, so now I started to feel uncomfortable. So I started saying, like, you know what? I'm working here because I want to. I literally have so many skills that I can do any type of job. You know what I'm saying? I have the level of education and the skill set to do a lot of different type of jobs. So I don't really have to be here. Is it an inconvenience for me to leave my job and go find other employment? Maybe a little bit. But there's no change without change. So I'm never afraid to change up things or change up what I have going on. I'm never afraid to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that there's no change without change, and I always want my life to keep changing and growing, etc. So if my time is up here, I'm not feeling comfortable, I like to remove myself from environments where I cannot thrive. So if I have somebody who hates me, micromanaging me, watching my personal life, and watching me at work, it's uncomfortable for me. I no longer want to be in this environment, which is what I chose for myself, right? Boom. I quit my job. Boom. So I stopped being friends with Clingy like mid-September. 4 weeks later, I saw stuff escalating. I was very uncomfortable at work. By mid-October, I was gone. I put my notice in, I was gone. So now we're in mid-October. I quit my job. I'm going about my life, okay? I'm not even thinking about Clingy. I have made the video. We're on to other videos. We're doing our thing on YouTube, whatever. Right after I quit my job, maybe like a week later, I get comments on my YouTube channel underneath the Clingy video, and it's coming from 2 different pages, right, on YouTube. But of course, you know, the pages are not like functioning YouTube pages like mine's and yours. It's kind of like just people who made an account just to be able to comment. Remember, on YouTube, you can't like and comment without making an account. So they just made an account. There's no picture, there's no videos, there's nothing, just so they could comment. These 2 pages, which I know are most likely her sister and her boyfriend or whatever, because in the comments they were saying like, oh, fuck out of here, you're this, you're that, Clingy is better than you, and you did this, and don't worry, I'm Clingy boyfriend, and you better watch out, and her sister have her back. Like, they were just talking mad shit underneath my video, like basically trying to harass and bully me. Then those 2 pages, one out of them, not both of them, started to make their own videos on that page and tagging my @name on YouTube. So I'm looking at notification, I'm getting notifications on YouTube, and they're tagging me, and they're making videos like just talking, like, you know, when people like write stuff on like an Instagram post and then they put it in a video slot. So they're writing about me, oh, don't trust her, she's this, she's that, like, I guess trying to get y'all fans to like come and I don't know what the point was. I just know social media doesn't work like that. Like, you're not gonna take my tribe away from me because I have a personal issue with you. I didn't do nothing to you. All I did was ask you for space and boundaries. You didn't respect it. I cut you off. Then you try to jeopardize my job. I quit my job. That's it. I thought everything would have ended when I left my job, when I quit. I thought everything was over after that. No, it wasn't. So they came on my page, started talking hella shit. Do I remember everything they were saying? No, I don't remember. I didn't even care. But I remember I told y'all I was trolling the hell out of them. So if y'all go back to this video right here, y'all see that I spoke about it a little bit, gave a little update in the beginning, and I told y'all I was trolling them, right? When I was trolling them, I said something to them, and the reason why, before I say what I said, the reason why I said what I said to them is because the way they were talking to me in the comments was as if they could take my YouTube away, they could silence me. Oh, you don't talk about my sister, don't this, don't talk about my girlfriend, don't this. And it's kind of like, this is my platform. I never gave Clingy's name, as you guys don't even know who Clingy is, but I'm going to dox you. So I know you're watching this video. I'm going to dox you, not now, but I'm going to dox you. And anybody who wants to know who Clingy is, hit me a DM on my Instagram. I'm gonna give y'all all her information. It's cool, let's go. TikTok, Instagram, whatever social medias I want to know, I'm sending the kite, all the information. I'm sending the packing slip on you, everything I know, because you know what doesn't change? The information I have on you. That never leaves here. So even when you try to do certain stuff, that information is still going to be right here, and I can do whatever I want with it. Boom, let's go, let's do this, right? So as they're threatening me, I wouldn't say they were like crazy threatening me, like, oh, watch out, this and that, watch out, this and that, like telling me watch my back, watch out, whatever. Nevertheless, Clingy, one thing about me is, even though I made the mistake at befriending you, I still never let you know too much about me. So you don't know where I live, you don't know nothing about me, whatever. Everything that you end up finding out about me was because you illegally went through employment and found that out and used it, whatever. But I never gave you access to me, right? So when you were sending all them little threats from that page, I didn't care, because bitch, you don't have no access to me. Like, the access you had to me was the proximity you had to me at work. And once I left that workplace, it was over. And that's where I feel like her feelings were hurt, because I felt like she was hurt that I unfriended her, and I did it. So I'm a person, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very stern. So I'm not even gonna lie, I'll play devil's advocate. The way I cut her off, it was very abrupt, and I didn't give her a chance. And I just felt like the reason why I didn't want to give her a chance is because when I presented the issue to her, she wasn't really accountable. She was making excuses for her actions. So once I saw that she was making excuses for her actions, I knew that you weren't somebody I can trust with my personal life. So I just made an abrupt decision. Did I think you were going to be that hurt? No, because we only knew each other for such a short period of time, and we were only co-workers. We were not carpet munching each other. We were not lesbos. We were not together. And the reason why I say that is because even though she has a boyfriend, I think she's bi and she like girls, whatever. She used to like girls at work. You know what I'm saying? But because I was so stern on I'm not doing that, I felt like she never approached me with it. But she still was attached to me and obsessed with me in a certain way. Because why is it that I stopped being friends with you in September? You started to abuse your authority against me. I quit the job. And then after I quit the job, you're underneath my YouTube channel harassing me from different pages, whether it was you or you sent your sister, you sent your boyfriend, whatever it was, you're harassing me. And we're gonna get to the sister in a second because that's a whole nother ball game, right? So the whole time they telling me, oh, you're wrong, you're talking about Clingy. I just didn't understand what the Plex was about because none of y'all know who she is. Clingy. Yes, Clingy, you have a YouTube channel and you want to do YouTube. That's another thing. Because I'm a YouTuber, all of a sudden she wanted to become a YouTuber. But she was literally she was being a YouTuber on my tail. So now, you guys, I'm winded. So they're commenting on our page. I'm trolling back and forth with them. Where was I up to? I'm trolling back and forth with them, whatever. The last thing I said to them is, there's no fun when the rabbit has the pew pew. Y'all know that saying, right? There's no fun. And the reason why I say that is a metaphor, meaning, Clingy, when you was at work and you was using your supervisor authority to get me written up over nonsense, and you were sitting here breaking rules, allowing us to go get stuff to eat, or y'all get all that details in the other video, but you had the pew pew at that point. That's what that means. You felt like you had the control, you had the upper hand, and you was in control of me, my destiny, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's switched, because when it comes to me, my life, and on my platform, you can't silence me, and you don't have the power to do so. So now I'm in charge. I got the pew pew now. There's no fun when the rabbit has the, you know what I'm saying? You know that saying, right? Boom, left them right there. They continue now to come from different, I block those pages, they continue to come and like leave comments, whatever. Now I just continue blocking them, whatever. I'm not paying them no mind. I was done trolling them. I had other shit to do, whatever. Because I felt like at that point, Clingy, you just want a space in my life. And you feel like because you still have access to my social media, because you know YouTube is public platform, whatever, even if I block you, you can still come back, whatever, because you. And that's what I hate about the internet. Internet has pros and cons, but one big con about the internet that I don't remember growing up, I remember growing up, if I wanted to disconnect with somebody, I could disconnect from them. I could change my number. They'll never see me again. They'll never have access to talk to me again, whatever. But nowadays, once somebody has your freaking Instagram or your Facebook or your social media, once they have access to that one time, it's indefinite. That's how a lot of people be like, oh yeah, when guys try to talk to me, I give out my Instagram, whatever. I don't. I'll give them a fake number. I'll give them my number because I can change my number. I can get a text free, change the text free number, whatever. One thing I can't change is my Instagram, my platforms. You know what I'm saying? So once they have access to it, they can always access it. Unless you live very privately. And I'm a person, I am what I would consider a growing influencer. So I'm always going to be accessible in some degree. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like Clingy continued to maintain access to me through the internet. And them trolling under my comments was one way that they continued to do that. Her sister, her boyfriend, whatever. And then the reason why I talk about the sister and the boyfriend is because they both worked in our company as well. They were both supervisors as well. And the reason why I talk about them in this regard is because, sidebar, Clingy and her sister had a very estranged relationship. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this tidbit is because when y'all see what happens down the line, y'all gonna be like, what? So she did this to you, but they was letting this rock, right? You guys, my mother called me. I don't even remember where I left off. Where I left off. Oh yes, I was talking about the brother and the sister. Clingy was extra attached to me at the time. I really feel like because her and her sister were, what can I say? They weren't on the best of terms. And the reason why they weren't on the best of terms was because Clingy's sister, what we're going to call her, Roach. I'm going to call her Roach, right? Because her name is something with an R anyway. So Roach. So Roach, her boyfriend is like a crackhead or something. I don't know if he's a crackhead, but I think he takes stuff and then he started wilding out. This is all allegedly. This is all what I've heard from Clingy. I don't know their family. I don't know them personally. I don't know these people. So I'm just reiterating what was told to me. What was told to me is that Roach and Clingy, as sisters, lived together. Roach had a boyfriend who was on substances, would wild out, etc. the case may be. Roach had a boyfriend who was unhinged. He set up cameras in their shared apartment. He was possessive. He used to beat on Roach. And one day, Clingy tried to separate Roach and him from him abusing Roach, and he ended up putting hands on her too. So that's why Clingy ended up moving out of their shared space and moved in with her boyfriend that she's currently living with. And her and sister had a strange relationship after that, where they tried to work things out, but things were still like to the point where even for Clingy birthday, Clingy was relying on me to come to her birthday. She was calling me down, she was waiting for me, she was telling me if I didn't come she would have been sad, blah blah. And her sister refused to come to her birthday because the family and friends, I guess, don't talk to the boyfriend or whatever. So Roach picks her boyfriend over her family, like, you know, that type of dynamic. That's not nothing new, that's not nothing strange, that's something that just happens. That's what it is, right? So I'm thinking in my head, your sister chose her boyfriend over you. She allowed her boyfriend to put his hands on her continuously and then put his hands on you and still forgave him. She allowed him to install cameras in your house, watching y'all move around nude, blah blah blah. All of that is a crime. Let's just state that right there. Boom. Hold that. So that's the reason why their relationship. So when I was friends with Clingy, I knew that that was her sister, but they weren't speaking. You know what I'm saying? They weren't on talking terms. I used to say hi and bye to her sister when I seen her sister at work, and say hi and bye to her boyfriend, but even the boyfriend don't talk to the sister. Like, it was like a separation, degree of separation there. Understood. I get it. I understood where Clingy was coming from, because honestly, I wouldn't speak to my sister either if you chose your nigga over me. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So now, fast forward, they left the comments on my page. I argued back with them, ignored them. After I blocked like 2 or 3 more pages, they stopped commenting. I thought that was the end of things. I thought that was the end of things. So let's come to present day, right? So a few weeks ago, I was headed out for the day. Hey you guys, I had to switch scenery because I'm in my garage, literally in my garage. It looks crazy in here, but I had to come back here because it's literally the only quiet place in my house right now, because they're doing construction upstairs, so I can't help that. Everything's on a time frame, so I can't help that. So I should have really recorded this last night because I knew they were coming in the morning, but nevertheless, let's get into it, right? This is where I keep like all my like fabrics and like bins and bins of fabrics and like just racks of clothes, shoes, winter clothes, summer clothes. Like, I don't have enough space in my room. I don't have that much closet space in my house, period. So this is where I keep everything. So let's just try to bank this story out, because I think I at least have like an hour more of the story to go. So let's just do this. If y'all hear a lot of wind sound, it's because I live next to the airport, so the plane is flying literally over my house every second, right? So the last thing I left off with the story time was when I explained her situation, her strange situation with her sister, and how that whole dynamic go. So the reason why I say what I said about Roach and Clingy and her boyfriend or whatever is because I was so amazed to see Roach and Clingy make up after Roach didn't even come to her birthday, after y'all been fussing with each other for so long, according to what Clingy said. And just because now I decided not to be your friend and I made a video or whatever, now all of a sudden everybody trying to gang up on Sarah. Like, what's that about? Like, where was everybody balls when people was really doing what they was doing to y'all? Like, where was everybody balls when the boyfriend was doing this and that? Because that stuff was happening. Like, it was recent stuff. It wasn't stuff that happened a long time ago. Like, as I met Clingy, they were going through that. So I just felt like, where was all that energy for him? The person who was committing crimes, violating y'all in y'all households, putting hands on y'all and stuff. I literally asked you to give me my space, stop sharing my social media, maintain your boundaries, respect me enough to back up. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm asking for. And then yes, I made a story time, but I didn't put your name out there. I didn't put your information, your face, none of that stuff out there. I talked about Clingy. None of you guys know who Clingy is, but you will. But none of you guys knew who Clingy was. You know what I'm saying? So she was the only one who knew who she was. And then I never shared my social media with your sister or your boyfriend. So for them to even be coming at me like that is just weird, because it's like you're still sharing my shit. You're still sharing my shit, and now you have people coming at me on your behalf, acting like I can't say what I want to say on my platform. You only feel hurt because you know the stories about you. You know you're clingy. That's the only reason why you hurt right now. And then now you're trying to involve all these people. But nevertheless, boom. Fast forward now. Like, I don't know if you guys don't know, but my family's going through a little bit of a tough time. A member of my family is sick right now. You know, has like, I don't even want to talk about it. But a member of my family is very sick right now, going through, you know, the C situation. If you guys, you know, going through cancer and stuff like that. So this is new to us. I have a very small family. It's not a lot of us. It's not a lot of us. It's less than 20 of us as a family here in America. Everybody else is in Haiti. So we're all dealing with that. We're all hands on deck. So literally, I was on my way to meet my mom so that we can trade places during the chemo session. Not my mom doesn't, no, not my mom, y'all, but member of my family. So we were trading places to take over because my mom had to go to work. So as I'm getting ready or whatever, I still had a little time in front of me. My homegirl calls me. She calls me from the precinct. She locked up. She in jail. I'm like, girl, what happened? DV, domestic violence, her and her boyfriend fighting, getting into it, whatever. Regular shit. Not that I condone any of that, but her and her boyfriend, they have a toxic relationship, and they go through that. I've gone through that, so I don't try to judge, whatever. So she calls me and asks me if I can come get her belongings, get her keys, because her dog is at home alone. My aunt is in chemo. All this different stuff is going on, whatever. And she needs somebody to feed, take her dog, whatever. So I was like, you know, I'm a pet lover. I have a dog, whatever. So I'm gonna go get her dog Benji. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get Benji, whatever. Bring him to my house, this and that, whatever. I'm gonna situate all that, whatever for you. Go get your belongings. She had money on her. She didn't want a lot of her stuff to stay there, right? So, and then she also wanted me to like figure out what was going on with her case or whatever the case may be, because I think when she got arrested, she was very like obnoxious with the cops, so they weren't really trying to give her no information according to what she was saying, or there was just a lot going on. So I ran up there to go and situate that for her. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna shoot to her house, get the dog, shoot to this, meet my mom, relieve my mom, she go to work, blah blah blah. I had it all planned out. I get to the precinct now. Remember, for you to claim, I don't know if you know, but for you to claim somebody's belongings, you have to show your ID, give them your ID, then they gotta show your ID to the person that's locked up. They have to confirm that you can take their belongings out and blah blah blah. That's how, I didn't even know that's how it works, but that's what they told me when I got there, so I did that. Now I'm waiting for mad long. I think it's going like 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm just like, yo, she just got locked up. She just got locked up. There's no way that, you know what I'm saying, like they put her stuff that far. Like, I know they gotta log her stuff in, but like, it's a small precinct. Like, where's her shit? Like, why am I waiting here so long, like, for y'all to log her stuff out? So all of a sudden, I'm sitting there. I think like 30-45 minutes go by. I see a woman in a suit and a man in a suit and tie walk up to me. So they're like, oh, are you Sarah, whatever, say my last name, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm Sarah. I'm here to pick up this for this person. They were arrested at this time today at this location, blah blah, for this, yeah, blah blah. So they're like, oh, do you mind if we talk to you for a second? So I'm like, yeah, talk to me. I'm thinking they're about to talk to me about my cousin's case. So I'm like, yeah, let's talk, whatever. So they asked me to come inside. So I'm just like, y'all can talk to me here, but I guess it's a public place or whatever. Like, the waiting area is public. So I walk with them inside. We sit down at a desk. We didn't go to a room, but like off into a room, into like a desk area. So now they start taking out some folders, they printing shit out, blah blah blah. So I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, hold on 1 second, hold on, we just gathering everything for you, because this is not our case, you know what I'm saying, we're just, you know, grabbing onto it because we're lost. So I'm like, what's going on? Does this have something to do with me? And they're like, yeah, you know, back in December someone reported you for aggravated harassment. So I'm just like, who the fuck I harass? Because I know Sarah leaves people alone. I'm a Capricorn. If you guys know anything about Capricorns, you guys know that we don't even like to be bothered. So why the hell do we bother people? I would rather, if I could walk through the fucking world and nobody says anything to me and let me just do what I'm doing, I would have a peaceful life. I'm not a person that thrives on interaction and stuff like that. I already told you, clingy overstimulated me. Some people would be hyped to have a minion or somebody up their ass. That doesn't fancy me because I got shit to do. My head is running a million miles a minute. I always have stuff to do. I have goals I haven't achieved. I have so much that I'm thinking about that the last thing I'm thinking about is somebody else. You feel me? Like, everybody that's in my life or everybody that I interact with on a daily, they have their positions. They play their roles and I play my role in their life, vice versa. I don't have any interactions that are baseless or meaningless, and I don't try to involve myself in just any place. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Like I said, I'm a person. I'm accountable, but I'm also honest. I don't seek people out. So when they told me that, I was completely confused. So they were like, yeah, back in December, blah blah. So I'm just like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. So now they start reading out. They told me Clingy full name. Mind you, I work with Clingy, but like I said, I'm not nosy. I didn't even know Clingy's full name because everybody at work calls her by her nickname. I met her by her nickname. That's all I call her. So when they reading out, I'm pretty sure I've seen her name on documents before, but like I said, I'm not paying attention to none of that. I haven't worked at this job since fucking October. I moved on with my life. I done made coin. I'm working somewhere new. Like, everything has shifted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even putting that in my head. Like, I don't even, it's so real. I don't even remember Clingy's boyfriend name, bro. And I didn't even know Clingy's sister full name. Never knew her full name because I never worked with her directly. I probably seen Clingy name before, but still didn't know how to spell it. Didn't know nothing about it. So when they start reading those names, I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know these people. So then they mention my job name. So I'm like, yeah, I work there. Yeah, I used to work there. I don't work there no more, whatever. And they're like, yeah, well, you know, this person says that they worked with you and they had a disagreement with you, and then you started to threaten them and harass them. And I was just like, when the fuck did this happen and where? Because I see y'all printing out stuff, whatever. So they start showing me, y'all, why the hell these detectives are showing me a printout of my YouTube comments when I was going back and forth with the fake pages. So they showing me the thread. I'm reading through it, but of course the thread is short as hell. The thread has literally like the last 2 or 3 messages. Like, they said something about like, oh, like calling me a whack, blah blah blah, and how my YouTube is not gonna go nowhere, blah blah. And that's what I hate about people. I hate when people get into issues with me and now you start bringing up my YouTube, my fashion design career, all that stuff. I was never friends with you off the basis of my fashion career and my YouTube. You became obsessed with those aspects of me. This been my life. I've been living this. I've been a fashion designer. Nevertheless, they like yeah, so they kind of like showing me the text or whatever. So I'm trying to, I'm like, this is my YouTube page, this is my YouTube comments. But I remember I had deleted all those comments. Like, after I blocked them and stuff, I had deleted it because end of the day, I wasn't taking that shit seriously. They were hitting me up on Finstas, fake pages. I knew who it was based on the information they were saying, but did I want to pour anything into that? No. End of the day, you could say whatever you want. You could have a man come and threaten me, your sister come threaten me over a clingy video that has nothing, that doesn't even say your name, and then you have such a common name. I could be talking about anybody with that name, first name and last name common. So now they shoot to another question. So they immediately, when I said, yeah, this is my YouTube page or whatever, but like, what about it? So they're like, ma'am, do you own a firearm? I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you have it on your person or like in your vicinity, in your home? I'm like, no, because in the day I already know this is not a firearm state. But when I lived in a previous state, and it was, my ex-boyfriend had got me one as a gift, a pink one, pink and black, with I love you, my name engraved on it, whatever. So it's kind of like not one of those things that I would like, even when like knowing I have a firearm or own one, it's not one of those things that are like, I gotta, like, it was a sentimental gift and I just got it in a case. Like it's like one of those, but I still understand what it does and the magnitude of it. But I've never brought it to New York because, like I said, I'm not trying to get in trouble for that. So I'm like, yeah, I have one, and no, it's not here. So now they print out one specific message I sent. Remember the message I said, ain't no fun with the rabbit? So they were like, what do you mean by this? And I was like, I started chuckling. I'm like, what do you think I mean? Like, it's a phrase, it's a saying. They're like, yeah, but you're legally registered. I guess when you legally register yourself, I guess they got government database to know everybody that's registered to whatever. So they already see it in their system. So they questioned me about that. So they're like, oh, so you weren't threatening this person with your firearm? I'm like, no. Like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, no, I'm not a criminal. Like, look at my history, look at my background. Have I ever been arrested before? Yes, in the past, like growing up, petty shoplifting. So I immediately start putting two and two together because I already know how this works. I watch a lot of body cam videos on YouTube, and when I tell y'all, I be laughing my ass off because cops are funny, perps are funny. Like, it's like, I can't say all cops are bad, I can't say all cops are good, I can't say all civilians are bad, I can't say all civilians are good, but I know the protocol. So when I start hearing certain terms being pushed around and like certain numbers being walkied and stuff, I'm like, oh, they about to get your girl. They about to get me. Yo, when I say they about to get me, they about to get me. That's all I kept thinking. No, it was not a funny situation at the time when I was sitting there. Of course not. But I already knew at that point, right? So now they reading the messages, like, and mind you, these people were harassing me for over a course of 2 days, and they only handed about like 5 or 6 messages back and forth between us, and it was altered. Like, it was like snippets of messages, like little. But because I had already deleted everything off my channel because I didn't want all that stuff on my page, there's no thread, full thread for me to go ahead and show, right? To back me up. Because remember I told you the boyfriend was sending threads like, oh, when he see me, he'll hook me up and all this extra shit, whatever. Why you didn't have that same energy for the guy that put hands on your girl and your girl's sister and had hidden cameras in their house? Why you didn't have that energy for them? Y'all still copacetic to the point where you were upset that your sister was bringing this man to your family reunion knowing what he did. But y'all still allowed that to rock. But me, y'all want to take it to the popo with me. Y'all want to go. But that's how you know people are just hateful people. And that's why I say I don't feel bad for insecure people. I've never had a good experience with someone who was insecure and didn't believe in themselves. Clingy was insecure. Clingy didn't want to get a weave, wear lashes, line her lips, wear lip gloss. She didn't want to do nothing girly until she started meeting me and fantasizing over me and obsessing over me. You feel me? She had no interest in those things until meeting me and coming across me. And I hate that because I feel like being a glam girl, being an it girl, or whatever the case may be, finding your femininity and stuff like that, that's free will. If you want to learn how to do something, you can literally go online, learn how to do it. Whatever you want to do, you can learn how to do it. We do not live in the stone ages. We literally are in 2025. So I just feel like when people meet you and all of a sudden they want to do everything that you do, and she want to start a website, she want to do a business plan like me, she want to do YouTube, she was literally mimicking all my steps. I call those people destiny swappers. You get what I'm saying? You don't know yourself and you're trying to learn yourself through me and take from me and fucking drain my energy. And then when I reject you, rejection is a hell of a fucking drug because people do not take rejection lightly. Now you're trying to remain attached to me to any degree that you can, because the arguments, like I said, took place a week after I quit, which was in October. Clingy and her sister didn't go and make this report until December. And you know what December is, y'all. Y'all know your girl a Capricorn. December is my birthday month. So long story short, bitches wanted to ruin my birthday. Let's keep it a bean. Like, if we really gonna keep it a bean, let's keep it a bean. Because bitches are salty. And I remember I used to talk about like stuff that I had going on for my birthday. I did travel for my birthday. I told Clingy I was planning to travel for my birthday. Everything that I was doing in my life that was so regular to me was like news for Clingy. Like, it was amazing. Like, me traveling solo for my birthday is something that I've done for a few years, but in Clingy eye it was something so amazing because she's never even left the state of New York type shit. So now I'm listening to everything they're saying. At this point in time, I was like, I don't even want to talk to y'all no more, because I'm not about to sit here and incriminate myself. You feel me? Like, y'all asked me certain questions I already answered. I already know what time it is, so how are we moving forward? So they're like, yeah, unfortunately, because of this, because you legally own a firearm, blah, blah, we're gonna have to process you. So I was just like, ugh. I'm new to this, but I'm not true to this. No, I'm not new to this, but I'm true to this. Not saying I always get arrested, but I know the ball game already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So now the detective's like, you know what will make it easy for you? We actually have a transport leaving now. So if you hurry up, like if we get this process done, you can leave with them, you get off tonight or whatever, and then you go to court, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's get that done. I'm like, I need a phone call, because remember, I'm still supposed to be meeting my mother for the chemo switching situation. So I want to let her know what's up, because I'm not going to make it. They're like, oh, well, right now we can't give you a phone. If we're trying to process you real quick, we can't give you a phone. But when you get down to the next spot, you'll be able to get a phone. So I'm like, all right, cool. My brother called that the bang out phone. If y'all know what the bang out phone is, the bang out phone is the phone in jail where there's no time limit. You could call anywhere. You just be on the phone. And I'm laughing because that's definitely what I did. Like, I was on the phone. So we'll get to that. So now, I'm laughing, y'all, but this is not a funny situation. This was not a funny situation. It's not funny. It's not fun, but it's funny. You know when something's not funny, it's serious, but it's funny. Like, I can still laugh in certain places, like that. So now they processed me or whatever. I was tight because I had on mad jewelry. I had to take all my jewelry, all of my rings, my necklaces, my earrings, pins in my hair, like the whole nine. Like, you would have thought you was dealing with a motherfucking criminal. And it's kind of like, yo, like, I never thought me having, like, my ex giving me a pink firearm and me saying a general phrase would lead to this, just because I'm dealing with someone who's insecure, who doesn't love themselves, who doesn't believe in themselves. And I'm not just assuming this about Clingy. This is stuff that she used to tell me personally herself. Like, oh yeah, like she used to always complain, like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm pretty enough, and I never had my hair like this. Oh, I really want to do my nails on it. Like, this girl called me at 7 in the morning to ask me if I can come to her freaking house to, like, help her put on press-ons. Like, at your big age, you're out here taking dick and all that, and you need me to help you put on press-ons, bro? Like, stop playing with me, bro. You have a whole sister, you're around women, you have mad sisters allegedly or whatever, but it's just kind of like that's how I said I don't like about insecure people. Like, they give you a sob story and they expect you to feel sorry for them, but it's not sorry they want you to feel for them. They're trying to swap with you. They're trying to drain you. Like, because why are you crying to me about not believing in yourself and loving yourself when you have all the resources and the opportunities in the world to do anything that you want to do, like, and be anybody you want to be? But you're trying to push that onto me. Don't come trauma dump on me, baby. Don't come trauma dump on me and make me responsible for everything that you haven't done in your life, because I'm doing it for myself. And that's what it felt like. That's what the relationship ended up feeling like, which is why I stopped fucking with her. You feel me? But like I said, y'all find them details in the other videos. And it's weird. It's weird being around someone and you meet someone as themselves, and then slowly you start seeing them transition into you. They're now liking the things you like, doing the things you like, pouring. Like, I used to, I'm a person, I carry my laptop to work every day, my personal laptop or my iPad, to work on my own personal business, because that's something I've been doing. All of a sudden, Clingy's doing the same thing. I go to the bathroom to use the bathroom. She's following me in the bathroom. She's seen me with a waist trainer. Now she wants to buy a waist trainer. Oh, how do you wear it? What do you put? And it's like, I'm not saying that I don't want to be a good friend to people and pour into them and teach them stuff, but I don't want to be responsible for your come up. I don't want to be responsible for your life and everything that you want to do. I don't want those responsibilities. Like I said, you guys will understand more in the other videos because I gave more details. I'm not going to drag it here, but you can get a gist of the person that I'm talking about, right? That's why I said I would never fuck with insecure people. Insecure people have always landed me in the worst positions. I'm gonna give y'all the other story time of my last job where I didn't quit. I got fired. I got terminated because I made a mistake. I was dealing with somebody insecure. I made a legit mistake, and I ended up having to deal with the consequences. But it was a complete different story than what's going on now, but similar but different. But I'll let y'all guys know that in another story time. But that's why I said, like, I don't want to be around insecure people, because all that trauma, all that negativity, all that stuff falls on you. If you're a person that you're vibrating higher than someone, they're only going to bring you down, because they can't get up here and meet you here. You feel me? They can mimic you and try to, but they can't. Because in the day, Clingy, you want a YouTube video? You haven't posted on YouTube since me and you stopped talking. Yeah, I went to go check. You haven't posted because you're not true to this. You're new to this. And you don't really want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? You started trying to post certain type of pictures of yourself. I went to go check. You ain't doing that no more. Whatever. Because me, I'm a person, I'm true to myself. No matter what's going on in my life, I'll always be Sarah. Right, wrong, or indifferent, no matter who I'm around, where I'm at, this is me. This is me, true to myself. True to the bone, true to the core, know myself. My insecure days, left them shits in high school. I'm a grown-ass woman. Pipe up or pipe down. Let me stop playing. So, nevertheless, that is what happened. My ass got processed, sent to motherfucking jail. Now let's get into the second half of the story time, which don't really have much to do with Clingy. I'll finish up with her later on, but we'll call this half of the stories jailhouse stories. I should have did this as another story time, but everything just coincides together, so let's just wrap it up. So I'm talking to y'all about my whole time in jail. My how many hours I spent there? They got me at like, I spent about like maybe like 8-9 hours. 8-9 hours locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. That shit is not funny, but let me change my battery so I can let y'all know about that experience. So all right. Yeah. So they processed me, whatever, take all my stuff off, whatever. I'm going to jail. You bitch is going to jail. So I go into a cell to wait for me to go to the courthouse, right? So when I first get into that first cell, it's small, y'all. I'm talking about like a little ass motherfucking square, bro. Like, and then there's this older lady. She's laying across. What I'm gonna call her? I'm gonna get all my jailbird friends a name, because everybody became my friend. Like, that's one thing about me. I have such a light to me, and I've realized that because everywhere I go, people usually gravitate to me. That's how I know when I'm dealing with demons. Like, when I deal with people, they always gravitate to me. It be the people that I no longer want to deal with and they got demons on them that start hating me. But people usually always love me, right? So I get there. I'm gonna call her Miss Thang. So Miss Thang, she probably like in her like what? Like probably in her early 50s. Gotta have kids, whatever. But she was just so casual. I got in there. She was laying down across the bench. I sat on the other side. I'm bored as a motherfucker. I'm a person that I need to be stimulated. I need to read a book. I need to do something. So I'm sitting there. I'm like asking the detective, like, if you have a newspaper or something that I could read, like while I wait for this transport, whatever. She's like, nah, I can't give you none of that, whatever. Just wait it out. We about to leave in like 20 minutes. Like, no cap. Because we took an hour to leave, which I should, like, it shouldn't have even taken that long, but according to her, it takes longer. And I've heard stories. So I was happy to be out in an hour on my way to the courthouse. So I'm sitting there with her. Hey you guys, this is Editing Sarah. What's up? So I know you guys are probably gonna ask me in the comments, where was my cousin? Because I don't end up speaking about her anymore later in this video. First of all, I don't want to put her business out there. I did enough of that. And second, she was actually going through to EMS, like going to the emergency room during the time that I was kind of like getting interviewed and processed and all that stuff, because, you know, she had a fight, she had injuries, and she had to go, you know, seek some like medical attention for it. Nothing too crazy, but just enough, you know, she was hurt or whatever. So me and her never crossed paths through this whole experience. Like I said, like I was there from like the morning to like before it got too late in the night, you know what I'm saying? But my cousin, on the other hand, after she left the hospital, she still had to go through like you know, another day, or it was, like I said, she had her own situation going on, and afterwards the whole family found out, so we went back and like got her like the next day or whatever. So my grandfather, he gave us a whole lecture. Like, we had to sit there through like a Haitian lecture, and y'all don't want one of those. Y'all don't. But nevertheless, let's get back to the story. It's not a funny situation, but I'm just trying to, like, you know, you gotta laugh to get through the obstacles sometimes. Like, can't be too serious about things, but all this stuff is just so crazy. But yeah, let's get back to the story. So Miss Thing, she wake up, she like, cause she see me all dressed up, pimped up. She's like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, I'm like, yeah, you know, some social media bullshit, whatever. And she's like, oh, I was still in Nordstrom. Like, I'm like, what you stole? How much you stole? She was like, girl, I steal from there every day. Ain't nothing. I'm going back tomorrow. When I get out, you know, a different Nordstrom still. Like, that's what I do. That's what I do. And she was like, if I had my purse with me, I would give you my business cards because I sell stuff. So I guess she boosts stuff and then sell it. So I'm like, okay, you going back? And she's like, probably not to that same one because they just got me. I'll go back probably next week. Like, she confident and so casual. Like, she's sitting in jail, she don't give a fuck. And I was like, so how long you been there? And she was like, I've been here since last night. They called me yesterday at like 8 o'clock. And then she was like, the last transport to the courthouse was around the time she came, so she had to spend the night in a precinct. I was like, damn, yo, I'm happy I'm here early. They call me early because I'm not trying to spend no nights in no type of people precinct, no type of jail. So I got shit to do. I had to work that very night, you know what I'm saying? And I felt bad because I couldn't even go and relieve my mom, and then my mom don't even know what's going on. So we'll get to that. So now me and her just talking, we chopping it up. She like, officer, yo, Gomez, yo, Gomez, yo, give me a cigarette, bro. Me a cigarette, give me a burger too, because they had mad McDonald's and stuff. I guess they have McDonald's to give the people that would get locked up or whatever. So they was asking me if I want McDonald's. So I was like, nah, I don't eat that fast food. I don't want none of that stuff, right? So Miss Thing chumming down. She had like 3-4 burgers, mad fries, all that shit. She chilling. So now what's so crazy is how the world works, right? So now as we're sitting there chopping up, we talking, whatever, she eating, we see another person come in. I'm gonna call her Cutie Pie. She's so cute. What's so crazy, I know Cutie Pie. I don't know her, but I've never even met her. I've seen her and she's seen me because we're both bartenders. So we have bartended with each other. We end up figuring out which club we bartended with each other, but we bartended with each other once, and I remembered her face and she remembered my face. So when she first gets in there, she bucking at the officers. I don't know what, well, I ended up learning what her situation was. I don't know what the officers did to her, but as they bring her in, she fighting with them. She kicking them. She wilding out like, the fuck off me, fuck out of here. Y'all took me for no reason, blah blah blah. Nah, give me my phone call right now. Give my money, give my stuff. And she's just wilding, but I could smell the liquor on her. Excuse me. I could smell the alcohol on her. You know when people drink till you smell the alcohol seeping through their pores? So I can already know she's drunk right now. You know what I'm saying? Wherever she coming from, she drunk. But I'm just like, girl, it's like 10 a.m. in the morning, bitch. Where you didn't even go home yet? Or are you day drinking? Like, you still live from last night? Like, goddamn. Like, me, I can't live like that. Like, I don't even drink. And I just already know if I do drink, I'm going home, sleep that shit off, shower. Like, I can't even be outside for too long. Like, I'm a grandma, y'all. I'm a granny. I swear to God, I'm a granny. I cannot live the way I used to live when I was younger. My body just not set up for that. Like, but anyways, she wilding them up. So I seen the officer. So more, you know, when you wilding, more officers gotta deal with you. So it's like 4 or 5 officers around her, like trying to tell her to do stuff. She being mad, insubordinate. So the officer's like, yo, take off your shoes, take off your socks, lace it. So she put her feet in the officer's face. She like, here, take my shit off of me. Here, take it off. Yo, she wilding. The officer's like slapping her feet down, like, don't put your foot in my face. Yeah, this shit is fucking nuts. I'm like, what the fuck? So she rowdy with them, whatever. Miss Cutie Pie, she's so pretty, she's so cute. She's young, she's like 20 years old. No, not 20, she's 22. She's 22 years old, but very young in the face, very beautiful face, whatever. And then she came in after she did all that bullshit with the officers. They put her in. She was crying. Yeah, I felt so bad for her. She was crying. Like, I was like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, like whatever. I was like, I know you, like I met you. So I let her cry. Then she fell asleep. And then as they was coming to get us to transfer us to the courthouse, I told her, like, we're gonna be out later, like, don't even worry about it. I asked her what they got her for. She was saying that how she a liar too, because first she told me she didn't do shit, right? Then after, when we was leaving, she was like, yeah, I had to I had to hit somebody over the head with a bottle at Pink Taco. I'm like, I said, when did this happen? She was like, it happened earlier in the week, but then she went back this morning to buy food. And I'm just like, girl, you really think you're gonna do something at somebody's establishment? There's cameras there. You may have gotten away with it that night and left. They may not know your information to catch you, but if they know your face, bro, and you walk back into that establishment, what you think is gonna happen, girl? Like, you should never went back there knowing, like, if I do something, if I commit a crime somewhere, I'm not going back to the scene of the crime ever. It doesn't matter how long. Like, people memories are good. Camera footage don't ever go nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's for you in 4K doing something crazy, don't go back. Somebody witness you doing something crazy, don't go back. So she said she didn't do nothing. Then she admitted that she had knocked somebody out. Like, I don't think knocked them out, I think she just like hit them over the head with something or whatever. I guess after she left, the person filed a police report. Then she went back to get food, and then managers got her, called the cops, got her. It was funny because she said that when she got there, she ordered her food and she fell asleep, and then the cops woke her up and she was already in cuffs by the time she was waking up. And I'm like, girl, first of all, you gotta live your life better, girl, because you cannot be falling asleep just any and everywhere either. You have money on you and all this stuff like that, like she was saying. I was like, yeah, girl, you can't be doing that. Like, that's very dangerous. Not even just for getting locked up, just in general, right? So I was so happy because while we were getting ready to leave, here come, they bring in a person, a part of the LGBT community, a transgender person. The person said they were a transgender female. I'm not sure if that means that they are a man transitioning into a woman, or a woman transitioning into a man. But they got into it with the cops because they wanted to be placed, I'm gonna call them them, because I don't know what they represent and I don't want to be disrespectful. So they wanted to be placed in the cell with the females, the women. And the cop was like, nah, if you don't want to go with the men, then you just gonna have to go in the cell by yourself. And they were like, nah, that's discrimination. So now they start trying to fight the cops. I'm like, yo, this is exactly what I be seeing on the body cams. Y'all always trying to fight the cops. I feel like I was probably the only person who was like, not like, let's go, like, all right, y'all taking me out, like, let's do this, like, quick. Like, I was like, let's go. Like, I don't have no, because at the end of the day, when cops say they taking you, there's really nothing you can do. Anything else you do after a cop decides that they're gonna arrest you or whatever is just you adding on more charges and making it more difficult for yourself. Once they say they're taking you, you're gone. They're going with you. Just go, make it fast and make it quick. I learned that. Like, so everybody that be wilding out cops, they're just gonna take longer with your paperwork and have you sitting and waiting and just teach you a lesson type shit. You don't want to go through that. I was peaceful with the detectives. That's the reason why they got me up out of there quick. I'm pretty sure if I got nasty with them, they would have had me sitting there all night. You know what I'm saying? I learned that. So he started wilding with the cops. I don't know if the cop, because one of the cops, he was sexy, I ain't gonna lie. Officer Gonzalez. He was sexy, and he had on glasses. He was cute because he was one of those like nerdy looking cops, but then when he talk and he move, he got vernacular, he got swag. Like, he ain't no nerd, he just wear glasses. Like, he was one of those. So me and him, I wouldn't say we were flirting, but like, while he was on the computer next to the cell doing work, he kept making conversation with me, and I liked the conversation because I was trying to kill time. Me and Nafisha was talking, of course, but Nafisha was smoking a cigarette, and I hate the smell of cigarettes, so I wasn't even trying to be too close to her or keep talking to her, all that cigarette mouth in my face. Like, I was talking to him. He was asking me what happened. He was telling me like what I should have done, what I shouldn't do. Like, he was reading my charge, whatever. We was just talking, and he was flirting with me a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. So when the transgender person came and started going buck with him, I remember he looked at me for a second. I was looking at everything happening, and then he started getting bucked with the transgender. Like, he's like, the transgender was like, I'll fuck you up right now, spin your face. He like, what? He started unzipping his shit, take his garter belt. Oh, what you want to do? The transgender person was like, you 4-eyed bitch. He's like, yeah, these glasses. They was just going back and forth. He's like, yeah, he told the transgender person, you're chapped ass lip, you need chapstick, look at your sneakers, you a bum. Transgender was like, look at you, you a fucking snitch, you work for the fucking police, you fucking. They was just going back and forth. Like, it was just, I don't even remember everything they was saying. It was to the point where the lieutenant or the sergeant, I don't know, the white shirt person, had to come and tell Officer Gonzalez to like, yo, just go cool off, bro. Like, cool off, you're wilding, bro. And I said that too. I was just like, I know cops get bucked with, you know, perps and whatever, like when they, because niggas be wilding them up, but I did feel like it was a little uncalled for. I felt like he just didn't want to be sunned in front of a girl. Like, I felt like when the transgender was trying to sun him, he was like, nah, like, it ain't going like that. But I'm looking at him like, nigga, you're at work, you're dealing with somebody from the LGBT community, You're on camera, you're bugging. You trying to get in here with me? Like, you trying to be in the men's cell? Like, nigga, don't lose your job over arguing with somebody off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was happy they didn't put them in the cell with us though, because that person, not because they were transgender, but because they were extremely rowdy, and I didn't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be near that, whatever the case may be. And I remember Officer Gonzalez told me that. He's like, I ain't put them in the cell with you. I wasn't putting them in the cell with you. I'm like, oh, you flirting with me? You like that? This turn you on? I turn you on? Me being a criminal turn you on? Me being locked up? You putting handcuffs on me turn you on? What's going on? Let me stop. Yo, that's why you cannot take me serious, because I be going through the worst shit and I still find a way to laugh at that shit. But this was going on, right? So boom. Yes, you guys, I just want to put a disclaimer out here. I do not have anything against transgender people or the LGBT community. The reason why I did not want they in the cell with me, because they came in very rowdy. They came in already being aggressive with the officers, and of course I'm nosy and I'm observant, so I was overhearing the conversation with the other officers amongst each other about what they were in for, and they were actually in for beating up a girl. I mean, the girl was described to be a stud, however, it's a girl nonetheless. So I don't agree with a transgender female fighting a natural born woman, whether that natural born woman wants to act like a man or not, whatever the case may be. Like, I just believe everybody keeping their hands to themselves, period. But just the fact that they look so unhinged, they acted unhinged, they didn't have any respect for the officers, and they have no, regard and putting hands on actual women. Yeah, I did not want that person, regardless of what they represented, whether it didn't matter what they represented. I didn't want them in the cell with me, even if it was someone who was just a woman and she was acting as like that, and just, I still would have been like, but I know you can't really choose, like, when you're in those situations, like, whatever, but there got to be some type of boundaries. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. I don't have anything against transgender people, but I ain't want to be in no y'all get what I'm saying. Let me stop laughing. All right, I'm done. Bye. That's the precinct now, right? So we finally leave, like an hour and a half later. We get inside of the van, we go into the precinct. So I guess they supposed to shackle our feet together or our hands together, whatever. And then why? That's how he was getting special treatment by Gonzalez. I knew he had a crush on me, because he shackled 3 men together by the foot, and the girls, Miss Cutie Pie and Miss Thang, he shackled them together like in the line, and then he held me at the arm, and he's like, you're not gonna run, right? I was like, no, I'm not gonna run. Like, he's like, alright, I'm gonna just walk with you at the arm. While we was going out and we was standing by the van, like trying to get in, the cars were coming, and then I backed up, and he was like, don't worry, it's me that's gonna get hit before you, like, don't worry, like, you good. I was like yeah, I'm like, now I ain't gonna lie, everybody hate the cops. Some cops are sexy, bro. That should be turning me on. Honestly, I like dominance and I like authority, so a man in uniform turned me on a little bit. Not all of them, but some of them turn me on. So he almost got in trouble too, because as we sitting here flirting a little bit, he not holding on to me no more. And then his other partner is like loading the car, unlocking. And then the white shirt, the lieutenant sergeant, I don't know who the white shirt is, are they a sergeant or lieutenant, but the one that with the white shirt with the gold star. He come out and he like, why is she loose? And then he's like, she's not loose, sir, I got her. I just was getting something out of my pocket. He's like, don't. The sergeant barked at him like, yeah, don't stop. Why would you just like why would you just let me just stand there? Because nigga, I'm not a flight risk. I'm not a risk at all. I'm in here for some social media shit, bro. I'm in here for some fucking semantics, bro. Because at the end of the day, I do understand the statement and what it refers to, and the fact that I'm a licensed carrier, but I'm also not licensed to carry in New York. And I think that's the reason why they took me. You gotta remember, finding a firearm in New York City is a huge deal, because they're trying to get firearms off these streets, because it's not legal here. So if they could find one, you in possession of one, that's a big collar for them. That's a big collar. Ain't no little collar. Because I remember Gonzalez was like, they took you over in social media, because it says YouTube, all that stuff on there. So there's like, they took you over social media, and I told him to read the rest of the stuff is because of that statement right there. And he was like, oh, that. He was like, yeah, they don't play about that because they're trying to get firearms off the street, and whoever finds a firearm, that's a big collar, that's a rank for them. They can move up. The more firearms they find, they move up in rank and all that stuff. Once they hear GUN, they're on it. They're not letting it go. So I'm like, wow, good to know, news to know. Like, now I know. And then he was telling me, he brought up that story. I don't know if you guys watched this, but it was reported everywhere. But Everyday PJ, I had watched it from his channel, this right here, where that girl and her was friends. She was talking shit on Facebook Live, broke down her house, fucked her up, whatever case may be. Could never be me, but he was talking about that, and he was like, yeah, that's why they also take social media stuff seriously, because a lot of stuff starts on social media and then ends up getting dangerous physically or whatever. So I get it, I understand. Like I said, it is what it is. Like I said what I said, they used it against me. But Clingy, that's the only part. You used your last card, girl. You used your last card. You used your last card. You played your last hand. That was the last hand you had to stay attached to me. You played yourself. You played yourself. You played your last hand. So now we getting transported to the next spot. We in the next spot. This is where shit get crazy. This is where you get to jail. Like, this ain't no baby jail. This is jail. Like, it's jail. So we in the next spot, whatever. This is where you see the judge or whatever. So we there. I'm still flirting with Gonzalez the whole way through. It was sad because when Gonzalez had to leave, he was like, you gonna be good? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be good. He's like, don't let me see you again. I'm like, you will see me again. He's like, not like this, right? I'm like, yeah, not like this. So which means Officer Gonzalez, I'm gonna need to stop by and maybe fill out a little petty report with you about some little shit, just so I could talk to you. I'm gonna ask about you. I'm gonna be like, hey, is Officer Gonzalez on site? Because I ain't talk to him. Yeah, I'm so unserious. All right, so we get to the next spot now. And this is where you meet all the crazies. Well, these are the people. This is the last stop before you go to Rikers Island type shit, right? So I'm in there, I'm chilling. Y'all might be thinking like, how the hell am I so calm? I've learned patience, bro. I've learned patience, because I always had one thing I used to do. I used to burn myself out when it came to dealing with obstacles and bad circumstances, and I used to put myself mentally in a bad position. And you cannot thrive if your mental isn't strong enough to handle difficult situations. I understand that in life, for me to get ahead and thrive, I need to be a problem solver. I need to be patient. I need to understand what's going on, and I need to be level-headed. I need to be calm. I need to be reserved. Because if I was practicing all that, I wouldn't even have told her that stupid comment, or not even her, the page, the Finsta, the fake page. That's how I know all this stuff's gonna get thrown out, because we're dealing with he say, she say on pages and all this stupid stuff. But whatever, I was just trolling them. But patience is a virtue. Like, patience will get you far. So I was just sitting there trying to be patient, because I knew I got stuff to do. I also got to work tonight, so I want to be in top tier shape to go to work later on tonight, because I'm trying to get out of here. So I'm not trying to cry, I'm not trying to fuss, I'm not trying to strain myself, I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to exist right here, get the fuck out. So we get to the next spot, we waiting to like get processed in or whatever. I'm talking to Officer Gonzalez. So now as we enter in the door, yo, y'all, it stink, bro. Like, it stink. Like, it smell like fucking death. Like, it smell like shake that ass. Smell like funky feet. It smell like saltfish. It smell like fucking everything. Like, everything stink you could think of. Vomit. Everything you could think of that was stink shit. Everything you could think of that stinks combined. That's what it smelled like. Like, it stinked, and it was dirty. It was dirty. It's like, as we were transitioning, it got dirty and dirtier. Like, at the precinct, the cell was dirty, but it wasn't unbearable. It was unbearable dirty. But compared to what I ended up going to, that was 5-star. According to one of my friends, I mean, that was 5-star. This shit was like, all right. So nevertheless, shit stink, right? The first thing I noticed when I walked in there is shit stink. Of course, when you're in a jail cell, like, this camera's every, like, I'm looking around, I'm like, this camera's, like, a camera could see a bug on my face. Camera every blood cleat where. So I was watching Gonzalez, because you know the officers, they gotta turn in they guns and all that stuff. They can't go inside the facility or all that stuff, because you know you got crazy people in there that could just snatch weapons and do a lot of different shit, right? So now they hand their guns and he giving me the eyes and stuff like that. Then he gonna come and tell me like, oh, let me not take this out in front of you. I'm like, what, he's throwing shots at me now? He's like, no, I'm just saying, because you might got one too. I'm like, I do have one, but it's not, my firearm is not for pew-pewing people. My firearm is like, it was like sentimental gift. It's engraved and it's pink, for God's sake. It's pink and black. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to unalive people. Like, like I would have used it. I had it. I was living by myself in that other state for how long with it, and I never had to use it. Like, so like, relax. Like, it's not my first thing to think about. Like, oh, take out my firearm and pew somebody. It's not my first thought process. I don't live a criminalistic lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a criminal. Like, I'm a citizen. But whatever. So I'm enjoying my last little moments with Gonzalez, because I know he gonna have to leave me soon. So we get upstairs, and while we coming up the stairs, I hear man singing, I hear men cursing, arguing. You hear noises from everywhere. It's like a zoo in there. It stink. You hear a whole bunch of noise from everywhere. It's crazy in there. So as we getting through the door now, we start hearing mad arguing from the woman's side. Mad arguing. Fuck out of here. Fuck you up. Fuck up. So Gonzalez turned to me, he like, hold on, back up. He started backing us up, like, wait, we're not going in there yet. He like, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I gotta check that out. I ain't gonna put y'all, I'm not gonna process y'all in there yet if they got some, like, because I guess riots and fights break out in there all the time. So he's like, you wanna go check it out? So he went to go check it out, whatever. I guess the girls were arguing, about to fight, and then they ended up splitting them in cells or whatever, so that they don't get into it or whatever. And then after that, he came around. He's like, yeah, good to go in now, but good luck. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you heard that? Yeah, that's about to be all night. Like, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. So yeah, it's cold out here. It's cold back here. So now, why am I having so much fun telling you this story? This is crazy. I did not think I was gonna have this much fun telling you the story, but I feel like I haven't even sat down and thought about the whole process because I was in it. But now that I can sit down and think about it and remember, it was so much funny stuff going on. So now we process, we get into the cell, whatever. They split all of us that came together. They split us up, whatever. So I wasn't with Cutie Pie or Miss Thing anymore. Like, I ended up just going to the first one. I was happy with the first cell that I ended up in, because everybody knew my friends. Like, they all be, not, here we go talking about friends, my acquaintance, but we was cool. Like, we had so much. It's just crazy how you'll meet people in an environment like that. Such a scary, dangerous environment. People come from all walks of life, have all type of stories. It's just, and then we all bonding over just being here. You know what I'm saying? So even though we would never see each other, cross each other paths in life in general, we crossed this path together. We're all here for different reasons and we're bonding. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice. It was nice. So nevertheless, I never thought I could bond with people that committed. No, I was in there, y'all, with two women that committed unalivings. One of the women had, you know how dry blood turned brown? Her clothes was covered in blood, like covered, like, you know what I'm saying? Her hands wrapped up. We'll get to her though. But I was in there with people who committed unalivings. Like, remember, when you go from the precinct to jail to wait for the judge, you're in there with all types of people. There's no special place to take a special type of criminal. So if there's a rapist, he's going in there. If there's a fucking unaliver, they're going there. Whatever crime you committed, y'all all going in there together. There was a girl that was in there for not paying a fine when she rode her bike on the sidewalk, and they sent a word out for her. So it goes from the lowest of criminals to the highest ranks, all in one place together. So think about that, like, retrospect, you feel me? Like, that's why Cutie Pie was crying, because she had never been arrested before. This is her first experience. This is not my first rodeo, and I watch a lot of police cams, so I already know it was wagwan, you feel me? So, not saying I'd be doing shit to get arrested, but I've gotten arrested before in the past, like once or twice, like, or whatever, for stupid shit. Like I said, petty theft, one time for like we were all out there brawling, fighting, got caught up, like stupid shit like that. So that's when I was younger though. Now freaking we get into the new cell now. So I'm making new friends because my other friends got split up. So I'm making new friends. So I immediately walk in, I see a few people sitting down. I'm talking about all different types of people, all different type of ages, whatever. I go, I find a corner. I love me a corner with a wall because I can lean back, whatever. Let me go against this corner so I can hold my spot. It's my little zen spot. So they all looking at me because you already know I'm all done up and stuff. So they all like, so this other girl's like, who am I call her? Oh yeah, this is the unaliver. 19 years old, y'all. I told her, I was like, girl, I know you already made the decisions that you made, and I know you think you feel like it's worth it, but I had to really sit down and talk to her because she was telling me about like all her goals and all her stuff and how she ended up there, and the like she basically was trauma bonding. What am I call her? I really liked her. She's 19, very beautiful girl, and I'm not condemning what she did, but after listening to her story, seeing her express herself, she cried, she laughed, she, you know, it was so much, emotions were up and down. Like, what am I call her? Pretty girl. I'm gonna call her Pretty Girl. So Pretty Girl, she was so cute. She was half white, half black, and I felt so bad for her because she's fair skinned because she's half white and black, but she has black people features, you know what I'm saying? So she has a big nose, big lips, whatever. And she was talking about that. She was like, yeah, you know, my boyfriend, he's always trying to like and her boy, mind you, her boyfriend was in the men's cell. They got arrested together because they were both at the scene of the crime. So she was like, yeah, my boyfriend, he always cheating on me. He's always making me feel less than myself. He was talking about I got a big ass nose and blah blah blah. And like, I know I'm ugly. And when she said that, she started crying. She's like, yeah, but you don't gotta cheat on me like this. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, you're not ugly. You're not ugly. Don't let anybody make you feel that way. And the fact that she ended up unaliving her boyfriend, the girl that her boyfriend was cheating on her with, y'all kids, bro. Y'all 19 years old, bro. Like, and she was like how she didn't mean to, like they were fighting and she ended up pulling out some, she said she had sewing scissors, some little scissors, and then she ended up punching the girl with that, and then she didn't find out until she got to the precinct that the girl passed. And that's why she, when I met her, remember I was just getting there, she told me she'd been there 3-4 days already. I'm like, what, 3-4 days? Oh hell nah. I don't think my patience would have got me through 3-4 days. I think my patience was only for the time I was there, because I really had felt like I was slowly beginning to like, nah, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I was slowly beginning to think like, I felt like if I would have spent like the night there, I would have like not been patient like at all. So now Pretty Girl and me is talking. I'm trying to give her words of wisdom. She was like, thank you. She was like, honestly, I really like you. Like, she was like, I've been in here with mad different people in and out for like 3-4 days, and like, you're the first person to talk to me like this. And you know, I haven't been able to my adrenaline been running. I haven't been able to process everything. And I'm just looking at her like, damn, like sometimes life really failed people, because I'm not saying what she did was right, but this was a broken girl, bro. Like, this wasn't like a girl that was like happy about what she did, but she was broken in spirit. Like, she was broken, like, you know what I mean? And these are people that don't have parents, don't have a support system, come from the foster care, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt for her. I felt for the family of the person, deceased person. I felt for her, like, because it just ain't solved nothing. It made everybody's life worse, you feel me? Like, so one thing I was surprised was how she could snap back from being like sad and emotional to like laughing and happy. Like, we were in there singing, we were in there playing little games, like we were playing just different shit. So there was this other girl, super cute. I'm just call her by her name. Her name is Jasmine, like Halad and Jasmine, whatever. She was so cute, and she had got into it with her mom, and she ended up throwing something at her mom and busting her mom lip or eye or whatever. Her mom called the cops, and she wasn't there when the cops came, but I guess, you know, they still have to file a report. This happened to her when she was like 18, so she's like 23 now, and she was on her way to work, leaving the house, and they came to get her in like not even 3 years, 18 to 20, like 5 years later. So I was just like, damn, that's, y'all be careful, because warrants are open for almost forever. Like, this one girl even told me that her father was arrested at the age of 62 for a warrant he had when he was 18 years old. So if you stay clear of the law and you have a warrant, cool, you could ride the wave. But honestly, if you have a warrant, bro, just turn yourself in, bro, because you don't want them to catch you lacking, bro. You don't. Go on your day off, turn yourself in, bro. Go in the morning time early. I'm talking about 5-6 a.m. early. Like, go on, because it's such a sucky situation where you think that things digressed, and I know her and her mom apologized to each other, they're good graces now, and then boom, here you are still facing the consequences. And remember, when you report a crime, even if you don't want to press charges, like her mom don't want to, she said her mom don't want to press charges on her or nothing like that, they're good. It's up to now the city could do it. The prosecutor, the DA, they can choose to now continue with whatever charges they want, depending on what evidence they have, etc. Right? That's their choice now, their obligation. They're obligated to do that. So you're not safe. So if you think that you report somebody and then you're like, no, I don't want to do this, it's not like that. Like, once you call the cops, once you put it through the system, is there indefinitely. Even when they seal your record, expunge it, whatever, everything that you ever did through the legal system is a fucking permanent stain blueprint, never going away. So that was Pretty Girl. I really love Pretty Girl energy, and I felt so bad with her because she started getting anxiety in there, and then she ended up having to go to the hospital. But then she ended up coming. By the time I woke up, she came back. Like, right before I left, she came back, so I was happy to see her. Who else I met in there that was funny? Oh, I'm gonna call her Mira. Oh my god, I felt so bad for her. Mira is from Venezuela, right? She been in this country for only 2 months. Because all the police and all that stuff knew that she was going to ICE and getting deported, they wasn't giving her no energy, no attention. They didn't give her a translator, they didn't give her a lawyer, they didn't give her a CGA, they didn't give her nobody. They just was leaving her idly sitting by. None of the girls in there spoke a lick of Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, I understand Spanish. If you guys don't know, I am of Haitian descent. Both my parents are Haitian, but my father's parents, they moved to Venezuela from Haiti, and they opened up like a little grocery convenience store, and my father lived there like until he was like in his mid-20s, and then came to America. So my father's Haitian, but he's very fluent in Venezuelan. I guess he's Venezuelan too, I don't know what it is, but he's not of the descent. He just was born there and then learned the language, the culture, whatever the case may be. So my father, when he was alive, God rest his soul, he used to take me to, he eat Venezuelan food, like take me a lot of like Spanish stuff. So I've learned to understand. So like if I hear people speaking Spanish, if they don't speak too fast, even I can get it, I can understand what they're saying. If they speak fast enough, I can get the gist of what they're saying, right? So she's just looking at me, and she's in a corner by herself, and she's just staring at everybody, but she got an evil bitch face, like don't talk to me type look. So I didn't say anything, I didn't address her. Then out of nowhere, I guess after she seen like the way I was talking to the other girls and whatever, she came over and sat next to me, and then she started just talking to me in Spanish. I'm just like, why does this woman automatically think I speak Spanish? Like, is it the fake baby hairs? Because these are fake. So this is a wig. I mean, not saying I don't got baby hairs, but they don't sweep like this. I got 4C hair, you feel me? So now she's talking to me, and she just started talking to me in Spanish. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, en español un poquito, whatever. I'm trying to talk to her. So now she's telling me, she's like, basically what she told me is that she got 2 sons. One of them is 11, one of them is 6. She also, the reason why I'm saying it like that, because remember, she's talking in sentences, but I'm just picking up the key stuff that I could pick up. She got 2 sons, one is 11 and 6. She came here 2 months ago from Venezuela. She was in a shelter. One of the women in the shelter stole from her, and when she confronted her, the woman ended up putting her hands on her kid, one of the little boys. She hit the woman back. The woman called the cops. They took her, and then now she doesn't know where her kids are at. She doesn't know where she's at. She doesn't know anything. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that broke my heart. And I know I've said a lot of stuff about, like, I don't like the fact that like illegal immigrants could come here and use our taxpayer dollars and get benefits and stuff like that. I still feel that way. However, I still feel like it's unfair to allow these people to come here and then treat them as if they're citizens, and then even when they get into something like that, y'all don't even give them a translator, y'all don't give them basic rights, and you just took her kids. You don't even know where her kids, she don't know where her kids are. I ended up finding out for her kids were with DCS, ACS, DCS, you guys know, Child Protective Services or whatever. And I'm pretty sure, according to, because I made friends with the the guard too. Oh, I love her. Sophia, thank you so much, because she pulled my paperwork to the top and she got me about that bitch that night, because I felt like the way they were moving so slow and casual. Like when you get to these facilities, these correction officers and these cops, they don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't care. They're barely feeding you, barely giving you water, barely giving you toilet tissue. They're not giving you sanitary napkins, pads, nothing. Like they don't give a fuck about nothing. So because I started conversing with her and we had a good old conversation, she showed me her grandkids, all that stuff. Sophia asked, she one of those, you know, them security guards that been working for years and don't give a fuck. She's like, yeah, girl. And then she was telling me how she made her granddaughter beat up some girl last week that was bullying on her and shit. I was like, oh no, you ghetto. But she also was reading everybody's paperwork to me. Like me and her was in the cut talking, and she's like, oh yeah, she ain't here for huh? So I was getting all the tea. I just, like I said, I have a very inviting spirit, and I think people feel very comfortable speaking with me, very comfortable with me, which is why it's hard, because that's why Clingy got attached. You feel me? So me and Sophia, we talking, and she basically told me like, yeah, the DC, she's not gonna be able to see her kids until she processed through the court system, whatever, and then they send her there, and then I guess at the detention center she'll be reunited. With Trump in office, who knows if that's even something that's gonna happen as rapid or what's gonna transition. I just know that I prayed for her. I prayed for all the women in there, because I feel like all these women have stories. All these women have stories, and sometimes people don't have support systems. People are just trying to get through the world. Everybody don't understand and know the law. The law is constantly changing. And then when you're in certain situations, it's literally fight or flight. You're not always thinking about your consequences or the law. Sometimes you're in situations, we have animalistic instincts because we are, in a sense, animals in a way. You know what I'm saying? We're humans and we have animal qualities, whatever. We have animal instincts. So I know that the justice system is set to tame us, but we're only human at the end of the day. We can only respond to things the best way we can at the moment during the situation that we're in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I can see both sides to everything. I can see the side of the law and how it benefits humanity, and I can also see humanity and how the law breaks them down and doesn't treat them fairly. So I understand both angles of the situation. Nothing is perfect. Everything has their pros and cons, and that's why being educated and understanding your laws, where you are, what you can and aren't able to do. Like even the phrase I said, ain't no fun when the rabbit have the, you know what I'm saying? I said that in terms of, girl, you thought you had power over me and you was pulling triggers and getting me write-ups and possibly, and you could have got me fired. If I didn't quit, you would have got me fired. You feel me? You were already on your route to do that. Now I'm on my social media and I get to talk freely about whatever I want. Now I got the gun. You feel me? So that's what I was saying it, but I also see how that could be taken in another way. But I don't need to paraphrase shit. If I wanted to tell you that I was gonna Uzi you, or I would have just told you that. Honestly, I'm not even a talker, so I wouldn't even have told you that. If I really wanted to Uzi somebody, I'm just gonna do it, figure out how to do it. I ain't even incriminate myself. Like, why would I warn you? Like, the fuck? Like, why would I warn you? So now I don't send empty threats. That's whack. People who send empty threats trying to put fear in people's heart, that's weak shit. Like, shit weak as fuck. So now who else I met in there? Yeah, you know, Mira, she was crying on and off, but we had laughs. She's the one that gave that 5-star joke, because when we was in the first, when we got to the jailhouse and we was in that initial cell before we went to go see the judge, they had like beds on the floor, and then that's where they had the bang out phone where you could call. So now I called my mom. So I called my mom, and yo, my mom was not answering at first. She was not, I don't know if the phone comes up private, but my mom don't answer private numbers or phone numbers she don't know. So I keep calling. So then I call my brother, and I'm like, my brother answer, and he like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm locked, bro. Like, you know, they got me. Free me, bro. Free me. Like, free Sarah Tillis backwards, bro. My brother like, what you locked up for? I'm like, cause this, that, and the third. I'm telling him about the YouTube shit, whatever. So I'm like, ma, not answering. I'm supposed to meet her with Tati Mita, whatever they blah, blah. So I'm like, can you go over there and relieve her? And he was like, it's already, like, I think my mom should have started work by now or whatever. So he gonna call, check it out. So he said, call me back in 5 minutes. So I called him back in 5 minutes. He called my mom on the other line. I'm talking to my mom. Why my mom was at the freaking precinct trying to file a police report because she thought I was missing and something happened to me because I was supposed to come meet her, and then I just went off the grid. And I told my mom, I was like, why would you? I was like, I wasn't missing for that long, mom. Like, literally, I was not missing. But I understand her concern. I love my mom to death. And I felt so bad that I alarmed her that way, because it was kind of like, it's not something I meant to do. Like, I couldn't call her in the first place because I wanted to get out quick. You know what I'm saying? And then I call her now, and it's like, like she said, it's unlike me. I'm not a person, my family could count on me. You know what I'm saying? So if I go, because I always show up, anything that I say I'm gonna do, I'll do it. Whatever I need to do, spend, whatever I do, I'm a woman of my word. My family knows that. So the fact that I didn't show up and then I just went blank, and then my phone was already on low percent, so I knew by the time I got to the jailhouse, my shit was probably at the precinct dead. So she probably just scared, because now she can't even find me on the family shit, and you know, she's just scared. So she went and she was following a report or whatever, and then as she's talking to me, I hear the officers telling her where I'm at, like, oh no, she's not missing, she's here in this facility, whatever. She got to deal with some, she said the officer told her some social media shit. My mom is Haitian, so she's like, what social media shit? What social media shit? What they talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm like, Ma, he told you right. So this is some social media bullshit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm such. My mom crying like, oh, I thought something happened to you. Like, I thought something happened to you. I'm like, I'm sorry. Tell Tati I'm sorry. I didn't get to make it. Like, I know you had to. She told me she called out of work and everything, like, whatever. And then my brother was telling my mom, like, why you didn't call me? Like, and she was like, because my brother was at work, she wanted to alarm him, so that's why she went straight. But my brother basically felt like he would have handled everything instead of my mom running around panicking. You feel me? Like, figured out where I was, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all my family loves me. Like, this is the first time that something like this happened to me. So like, we never been in a situation where I had to feel like, oh, my family's showing up for me. So like, to see my family show up for me like that, like, cause they was waiting for me. Like, I didn't even know when I was gonna go to court, but when I ended up going to court, they were waiting for me. Like, they was out there in the audience. So I was just like, oh, my family loves me. Like, they traveled this far to come and fucking, like, I love my family. And it makes me want to tear up, because I remember growing up, like, I've had hard times with my family, and I remember there was a point in my life where I felt like I almost didn't have family, or the family that I had didn't love me, or I didn't love them. And we, you know, we go through family issues. So just to see us, me and my siblings at our big age now, and my mom, and just to see us love and pour into each other and support each other the way we do, it was just something that it just made me open my eyes, like, oh, like, girl, you're, especially after all the people I met who lack family, it just made me feel so blessed. And I just thank God every day for love, support, family, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I could have handled that situation by myself, it was nice to know that I had people there ready to support me and back me up. Like, my mom, poor her, thinking that I need bail and stuff. She's not thinking that, like, this is something stupid. Like, I'm not gonna need no bail. They're gonna release me on my own recognizance type of thing. She done went to the bank, pulled out thousands of dollars from my bond. I said, Ma, you acting like I unalive somebody. Why would you go pull out all this money? Like, when we picked me up, she showing all of, I'm like, why would you go pick out all that money to go bomb me out? Like, why? She said, I didn't know what was going on. Like, so after I spoke to her, she went to the bank, pick up money, whatever. So it was a bang out phone, like my brother said, so you could be on the phone as long as you want, but there were other people in the cell. I didn't want to be selfish, so I told them I'll call them later. I don't know what time I'm going to see the judge, but when I leave, they was like, how you gonna get home? I'm like, I'll figure it out, whatever. They're like, no, we gotta make sure you get home. We come pick you up. Like, we're gonna call and find out information, so whatever, right? So I got off the phone with them. It was getting kind of late in the night. I was getting scared, because I was like, damn, I might not be able to see a judge tonight, because like, I've been sitting here for a few hours now. Remember, ain't shit to do. And then we hungry. At least at the precinct, they was giving them McDonald's, but now we in a jail cell, they giving us peanut butter, not even peanut, because they don't want people with allergic reactions, honey butter and jelly sandwiches on wheat bread that I know the prisoners in Rikers made. I don't want none of that. That shit look disgusting. Look like they just slapped it on and put it in a bag, whatever, it's a block. And then they had like Cheerios, Raisin Bran, they had like milk, and they had apples and oranges. And I had me an apple, orange, and some Cheerios and a little bit of milk. And I didn't eat that whole day yet. I was starving. And they were like I said, there were beds on the floor, but the beds were dirty. Like I said, this cell was dirty. I'm talking about the metal toilet, like, you be talking about jail, like beds on the floor, whatever, and stuff like that. And I'm just waiting. I ain't laying on that shit. I'm not laying on none. I barely want to sit on that shit, and I was tight because I had on my cute little outfit, and I'm like, I'm not. My mom always said when you get locked up in something, you gotta throw it away. So I had to throw it in my outfit, like. So I was just like, I'll sit right here, like I'll lay and leave my head against here, like. But y'all, prisoners, they were laid up on that shit. They were sleeping like they were at home snoring, like they were comfortable. You should see these beds, bro. Like I wouldn't even call it a bed. Like I call it a little mat. Like mats on the floor. They were dirty as hell. Look like they got bed bugs crawling all through them. Like one thing I understand about the prison system, they do this shit on purpose. They pack you up like sardines in these small ass jail cells. They don't clean the cells. The cells are dirty as hell. You should see the vents are stacked with dirt and dust, like congested, consumed. Like they do that. They don't clean the toilets. They give you this little bit of piece of paper. This one girl, she was crying because she kept asking the CO for a sanitary napkin, like a pad or whatever, and he just kept ignoring her. And then after that, he gave her a little piece of paper, like, here, stop, put that. Yo, I was like, she cursed him the hell out, like that. And that's the thing, like I told her, I was like, when the woman Sophia was there before they changed shifts, you should have asked her, because remember, women understand and respect you a little more. You're dealing with a white corrections officer, NYPD. Like he don't give a fuck about your black ass girl. He don't even, he looking at us like we all criminals. He don't care that you bleeding. He don't give a fuck. So nevertheless, where I was up to, yeah, so we all in that cell. I talked to my mom, talked to my brother. They beating us down because they're stuffing mad people. Like it's to the point where at first I was cold, and then after that I became hot because there was so many people in that one little cell, bro. Like can't even breathe, bro. The vents are covered with years of dust, so there's no air fucking circulating. Like I was just like, this is what they do to beat you down so that you don't come back, so you don't commit no more crimes, because this is ridiculous. This is inhumane, bro. Like, so now we get to the next cell, and it's tinier, and indeed, but this is the cell that leads directly to the courthouse. So I was happy because now by this time it's like 8 o'clock p.m. so I got arrested like 10 in the morning, and I was like 8 o'clock p.m. and I'm like, I've been here all day. It's about to be 12 hours longer than a work shift. Like such a waste of fucking time and energy. But I'm still not trying to get tight, because in the day ain't shit changed, bro. Ain't shit changed. Like a lot of people think that they could put you in certain situations, beat you down. Like, girl, you try to take my employment from me, I left, ain't give a fuck, because my money run heavy. I know how to make bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck is you talking about? I makes money. You see me? You know what I'm saying? I'm still not as wealthy as I would like to be, but guess what? I do damn good for myself. You feel me? You try to do that, it ain't work. Now you're trying to use the law against me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're corny, and you're not beating me down. You're not shaking. You're not stopping nothing, girl. You're not stopping shit. I still plan on leaving here and going about my business. Like, ain't nothing finna change. Like, ain't nobody about to cry, be devastated, be upset. I was everybody's therapy in there. I was cracking jokes. I was listening to people's stories, giving them advice. We were singing. I made friends with everybody. I flirted. Like, I'm not saying I had a good old time and I wanted to be there, but the gag people think that they about to get out of you, no, because my God is stronger than yours. And I already understand. They locked up God. I mean, not God. They locked up Jesus. You feel me? Pinned him to a motherfucking cross because they couldn't take him. The Lord walks within me. You feel me? So you cannot break me. So now, where I'm up to? Okay, yeah, the story about to be over soon. So now we get into that next cell, whatever, and I meet with my lawyer. So my lawyer is asking me all this stuff, and I'm telling my lawyer the truth, like, yo, I don't have nothing to do with these people, bro. Like, I seen a whole bunch of fake pages talking shit on my Instagram. I responded to them, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no affiliation with these people. I haven't even, mind you, you're dumb, Clingy, because I didn't even know how to spell your name. I didn't know your address. Yes, I had came and purchased food from you once, but I was already in an area of your state, and she doesn't live in New York. She lives a state over. I was in an area, and somebody was just giving me a ride somewhere, and I just told them, put this in your GPS, and then went and picked up the food from you. Do I know where you live? Do I keep the address? No, I don't even know, don't even remember. Now I do, because there's paperwork on it, and now I do know all your information. Now I know your full name, your sister's full name, because how her sister also filed charges. her sister, both of them. But guess who didn't? The boyfriend. The boyfriend who was threatening me didn't file anything because he already knew you were sending threats towards me, so you can't go and file anything. But I guess it was a gang up on me. Like, girl, you didn't even show up for your sister's birthday. You let your man put your hands on your sister, but now you want to show up to the precinct with your sister and file charges on me? Like, okay. Let me hold my comment. Let me not say what I was gonna say, but so nevertheless, now yeah, I'm talking to my lawyer. My lawyer is all right, cool, we get this thrown out, ain't shit, ain't about nothing, whatever the case may be. My lawyer is a public defender, y'all. I ain't like, I got a lawyer, but it's a business lawyer. He only works towards, he only get paid and work when I need him to do something for my business. As far as a criminal lawyer, I don't have one, so they gave me a public defender. She was cool. She was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? I like me some Jews. Lawyer is a Jew. They gonna chew up all the charges. I was hyped. I remember when they had the lawyers rotating. I was like, I want the Jew. I want the Jew. I want the fucking Jew. Like, and the reason why I knew she was Jew is because it was her and another guy who was Jewish, and they started speaking Hebrew with each other at one point. I observe everything. I'm a person. I listen to everything. I observe everything around me. So I knew I wanted one of them. So now we talking. She's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go get you out of here. Like, let's get you out of here before the night is over, because she was telling me at that point it was 8 o'clock and she was telling me that court closes at 1 a.m. and I'm like, girl, I gotta be at work at 11. I still planned on going to work, you know what I'm saying? So I was bartending that night, so I still gotta get to work. So I was working from 11 to 4. Imagine that, y'all. I'm tired, body sore, been sitting on hard ass benches and floors and shit. Like, I'm like, they wanted to beat me down, but I'm still like, girl, when I get out of here I need to go to work, so please get me out of here tonight. She was like, yeah, no problem, get you out of here tonight. She did. We went, like, maybe after I talked to her, maybe like 45 minutes later, they called me out, put me in handcuffs again. I was sitting here walking like a criminal, like walking to the, so now a judge talking to us or whatever. You know, you can't talk to the judge, you can only talk to your lawyer. So everything the judge is saying to the lawyer, I'm talking or whatever. Lawyer, my lawyer like, nah, she don't even know these people, these are fake accounts, blah blah blah, this was a phrase from here, blah blah blah. So now the prosecutor's talking about, oh well, Clingy and her sister Roach, they're requesting a full order of protection from me or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't even know where to find these. I'm telling my lawyer, like, yo, when I talked to my lawyer after, I said, yo, lawyer, I don't know where to find these people. I don't know who, I don't even know these people anymore, bro. I literally worked with these people for a few fucking months, bro. Like bro, this whole thing is because I want no affiliation with these fucking people. That's what this whole thing is about. So why would you have to protect yourself against somebody that doesn't want any affiliation with you? I cut you off in September. You came to my page under my YouTube comments during Halloween time, ending of October, to talk shit, bro. Then the month of my birthday, 2 months later, you go and file these charges thinking that you're about to stop something, that you're about to fuck up my birthday, or if I'm flying out. Cause you know when you have a warrant, you fly out, that shit gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, I'm surprised I made it out the fucking, I'm surprised I made it out the country. But like my lawyer said, the shit I was facing was petty, so it wasn't something that was gonna be on a radar to like not let me fly or whatever the case may be. And I had asked my lawyer, like, why didn't not my lawyer, I had asked the detective, like, why you just ain't never just come to my house and get me and whatever. She was like, we didn't have your information, we just had your first, last name and your birthday, that's all they gave us. Which is even weirder. Clingy, how do you know my specific birthday, bro? Because you're going through the company system and looking at my information. So that's what I'm saying, like, niggas is doing illegal shit, doxing people and doing shit like that, but y'all gonna be mad when the rabbit has the you feel me? Because now I wasn't thinking about you. You wasn't even a thought in my mind. I wanted to get rid of you from September. If y'all watch my videos, y'all could see how much distaste I had in my for Clingy. Like, I did not like you, bro, because I didn't like that you forced yourself on me. I asked you for some space and then now you're trying to violate me and bully me and do certain shit to me. I just felt like, how dare you? Who do you think you are? Why do you think that you could do shit like that? Like, the fuck? Like, bitch, leave people alone, bro. Leave people the fuck alone. Leave people alone. I know how to leave people alone. But people don't like rejection. They can't take that shit like me. Because, girl, you would have thought we was in a relationship. You would have thought we was best friends. You would have thought we had a long-term situation for you. Me and this girl is now in a case together, bro. About what, bro? Like, let go. Unclench me, bro. Unclench me. Like, this shit is scary, bro. And now, because they gave me order of protection, now I know your information because they gave me your address so that I can stay away from it. When I didn't even know that shit before. They gave me your full name, full government name. I knew you by your nickname. Your sister's full government name. I know your sister's full government. They gave me her, I knew her by her nickname. You feel me? So it's like, you doing all that thinking that you're protecting yourself. Because we already know, if you were afraid of me in the regard that you're trying to make it seem like, why are you coming to somebody's page that you're afraid of to talk shit? And my lawyer even said that. My lawyer's like, so this conversation is happening under your channel. I'm like, yes. She's like, the fuck? Like, you feel me? Which is why I'm happy that I'm making this video. Because I know you're going to watch this. Dirty stink foot gal. Let me speak to you in your language. Dirty stink foot, bodega, carpet munching, ugly insecure, bitch. I know you're going to be watching this. And guess what? You're still not that girl. You still can't sit with me. You're still not that girl. You still don't believe in yourself. Nothing's changed. Just another year. Same lame bitch. Nothing's changed. Just another year. Me doing big things. And you're going to continue to watch me and see that. And you're going to continue to hate. But guess what? You use your last trump card. And my lawyer already told me. Because I told my lawyer. I said, my lawyer told me, oh, be careful what you discuss on your channel. But I said, no. I said, I'm going to do a story time on this. And guess what my lawyer said? Matter of fact, do it. And if she uses anything from this story time in court, we're going to counter her shit, bro. Because now you're harassing me. Because I told you that I don't want no communication with you. I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to be your friend. This whole thing started because I don't want to fuck with you. And now you're stalking me and you're harassing me. And you're using my personal life. You're stalking me on my social media and trying to get me hemmed up about it. So I want you to take stuff from here. I want you to take this. I want you to take any part of this and include it in your fucking defense. I do. I swear to God, I want you to do that. I swear to God, I do. Because you're still a dirty foot, stink foot. The fuck? Fucking bull dagger. Imagine a stud trying to dress like a girl. Bitch, you look dumb. Loser. Clingy, you're still a loser. And Clingy, now I'm on your ass. And I'm going to dox you, bitch. And that's one thing you're stupid about, bro. Because you could think that you doing something against me, but one thing you can't take away from me is my freedom of speech. And you can't take the information I have in my head out of my head. So everything that I have in my head, all the information that I have, whatever kite I want to send, I can send that. Whatever I want to do, I can do with the information that I have. There's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And guess what? The only person that you know their full name and date of birth because you got it from illegal means is me. You don't know nobody else. And you know what the biggest fear you should have is? Being fucking ignorant, bro. Lack of knowledge is what gets you fucked up. I'd rather know what I'm up against than to not know what I'm up against. If that makes sense. So the same way you have your brother and your sister going to back for you, all of y'all trying to come at little old me over my YouTube story. These people are coming at me over my YouTube story. You're trying to come at me, little old me. Don't underestimate people, bro. Don't underestimate people because you keep... Like I said, I'm not a talker. So I'm not going to sit here and say shit and blah, blah, blah. For what? For what? For what? What? Niggas don't know what time it is. And that's the worst thing about it. So y'all, yeah, so they told me to stay away from her, gave me her information, stay away from her. I'm looking at my lawyer like, my lawyer's like, don't go anywhere near her. Do you still work there? I'm like, my lawyer, I told my lawyer, I quit months ago. I haven't seen or heard from these people in months. I've blocked these people from my page. Like, if you guys go to the other story time, you'll understand that there were more people like stalking me, watching my Instagram from the fucking work and doing all off the head off clingy. I then removed all of that. Like, it's 2025. This is 2024, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling my lawyer, you don't got nothing to worry about, girl. I don't want nothing to do with this, girl. This is why this all started. Like, and I still don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm still going to get you. And you're going to get doxxed. Yeah. Because how did you know my exact birthday? I've never told you that shit. Never. You knew my shit was in December. I've never told you what year I was born. I've never even told you my age. I've never gave... There's certain information about myself that I don't share with people for reasons like this. Because people can take your personal information and do nefarious shit with it. Speaking of nefarious, I met a girl, a lady I wanted to call nefarious. Nefarious is also an unaliver. I was like, yo, I'm in here with mad unalivers. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all got demons in y'all. She was funny, but you could tell she had a demon in her. Nefarious, crazy woman. She literally was on parole for unaliving someone 13. She got manslaughter, so she got 13 years. And then they caught her, I guess, for disorderly conduct or whatever. So she was like, yeah, I gotta talk to my PO because I'm not going back. I'm like, girl, yes you are. Nah, but probably because of disorderly conduct, they probably don't send her back to prison. But you gotta be on your best behavior when you're on parole. You can be on your best behavior when you're on probation. So, you know what I'm saying? But nefarious she was wicked. She was telling people she was gonna pull their spinal cord out. She was telling people she was gonna punch them in their solar plex. She was telling people all type of shit. Like, what's wrong with her? And then not only that, I was also in the cell with people who were suffering from withdrawals. Like, there were people like in the fucking corner. I remember nefarious had to get one of the guards to call an ambulance for EMS for one of the girls because she was withdrawing, throwing up, withdrawing. She was like shaking and crying. Like, it was like 3 of them in there that they were going through it because whatever drugs they're on, and they've been sitting idle for so long, they need another hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that's like, but nefarious was kind of explaining like you could get sick and you could die from not having the drugs that your body's used to now. So a lot of drug addicts were going to the hospital because, bro, their body was fucking going crazy, like being stuck in that place for so long. And then remember, they're not giving us food, we're barely getting anything to eat, whatever. Like, you know, it's a wicked situation. I felt bad too because I've never seen, like, I've seen crack addicts and drug addicts and people who take fentanyl and do all this stuff. Like, I've seen that, but I've never been around them for a long period of time. So to watch how they transition, like, they're crying, they're shaking, they're vomiting, they're crocked up, like, here, they're going, like, you could physically see them going through it. And the cops and the corrections officers, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. And I get it. I get they're not even supposed to be on the drugs. So, you know what I'm saying? Why care about somebody getting off a drug? But if you understand that there are certain symptoms to withdrawing, you know, people got to withdraw the correct way in rehab and the hospitals and stuff like that. I don't know anything about it, but I was learning. Nefarious was telling me. So I was just like, have some type of humanity to y'all. Like, so yeah, I was in there with all types of people. I'm happy that I didn't get to see a whiff of the men, because as I was walking by, they taking me, the men are screaming, hollering at me, ooh, you a scammer, aren't you? She's a scammer. What's she doing in here? She's a scammer. I'm like, I'm not a scammer. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, but they had the men packed up worse than the women, like, because I guess more men get arrested than women do. So you gotta remember, y'all, this is New York City, different type of world. Like, you probably gonna find, and I was telling Officer Gonzalez, I said, y'all, when he didn't put me in the chains or whatever, I was like, you don't need to. I was like, I ain't no criminal. I was like, there's people driving around right now with fucking their bodies in their trunk. And I know people right now driving around with cocaine all in their motherfucking car. I know personally. Not saying I'm a snitch out on them. I'm just saying, like, y'all not really out here fighting road crimes, bro. Y'all trying to get petty collars, bro. Y'all not really out here fighting. I even heard the officers talking to each other like, yeah, if I get one more collar tonight, I could def take Thursday off and get off at 4:30 tomorrow. I'm like, so what y'all doing? Y'all trading people's time and livelihood for collars and days off, bro. It's a wild world we live in, bro. It's a wicked world. Like, shit's different. So, now where I was up to. Yeah, so I got out, or whatever the case may be. I met so many different people. Oh, this one person that I met, and I had to call her mother for her. She was French. She only spoke French. and that's why me and her, I speak fluent French. I speak Creole, but I also speak fluent French because I went to school and spoke and learned French. So basically what she was telling me, and I told her, girl, I don't know if you committed this crime or not, but you should have never took this route. She basically told me that her husband used to beat her. She ran off with the kids, dropped the kids at her mom's house, and took a flight. No, she drove. She drove through different states, like got rides, I guess hitchhiked, to get to New York. And she booked a flight from New York City to Africa, one way. And she said she was going on vacation. So I was like, what are you accused for? But at first she wasn't trying to tell me, but I had already knew, because remember I told you me and Sophia was talking, and Sophia was telling me about everybody's charges. Sophia told me what everybody was in for. Basically, France, I'm gonna call her that, France was in there for unaliving her husband. After she told me about her husband beating on her and her running away with the kids to her mom and the one-way ticket to Africa, I already knew she was guilty. But she never admitted it to me. She kept saying she doesn't know what they're talking about. She doesn't know anything. She just told me that they shackled her. Like, they had her in shackles, like her feet, her hands. They took her passport. They confiscated her passport, everything. She was like, her luggage is probably in Africa. They took her at the gate in JFK. I said, girl, JFK airport is one of the biggest airports in America, bro. That's an international airport. It goes everywhere around the world. Even private planes, private jets fly into JFK, bro. You do not want to get arrested or do anything with the cops at JFK airport, bro. If you wanted to, you were better off flying out of an airport in Jersey or Philly or some shit, something that was much more smaller and less more high tech. JFK is not one of those. JFK is not one of those, bro. Like, you don't want to do nothing at JFK airport, y'all. If anybody flying to New York City or out and you're dealing with JFK airport, be on your best motherfucking P's and Q's, because you will end up on that no-fly list. You would get your passport fucking confiscated. You will get arrested in a millisecond, like this. Like, they don't play that, especially after all the terroristic attacks from years ago. The airport is not somewhere you want to play at, and JFK airport is definitely not somewhere you want to play at. So, whatever the case may be. So I do believe that she committed it, but she wasn't as honest as what I call that other girl who unalived that. It's the fact that I'm talking about these unaliving so casual. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little desensitized. Like, there's so much that happens in this world. They show us so much on the internet, on Twitter, and just things happening every day in the news that I'm really desensitized. Like, not saying that I don't take unaliving like something crazy and serious, but it's like, I don't know how to react to it anymore. I don't. I just feel sorry for the people who lost their lives. I feel sorry for the people who took their lives, because the repentance, remember, it's one thing to do jail, it's another thing to repent to God, you know what I'm saying, and get forgiveness from him. So it's just a tough situation all around. But she was lying. Well, I want to say she was lying, but I mean, I don't know if she did. I don't know these people's situation. I don't know if she's guilty or not, but girl, innocent till you proven guilty, bitch, because that's where I'm at. Innocent till I'm proven guilty. Bitch, I don't know these people. I don't know this shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. So, y'all, yes, that was my jailhouse story. That was my jailhouse story, y'all. I was so happy when I got out. I was so happy my family was out there. I didn't have to figure out how to get home. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this over? No, this is not over. This is ongoing. Remember, my lawyer said this shit could go up to 90 days. That's the max. So y'all, at the 90-day mark, we're gonna have a clingy is a loser party, and she's really gonna be mad. We're gonna have a clingy is a loser party. And like I said, anybody that want the tip on clingy, hit me up on the gram. I'll DM y'all. Y'all know, some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, because I spoke about clingy in good light before, when I was promoting, when she first started her YouTube page and I was trying to help her. I promoted her in a video a while back. So, you feel me? Trying to be a nice person to you, bitch. Like, and if y'all, like I said, for everybody who's new to my page, please go check out the story times. I'm gonna list them again here, because y'all have to understand the nitty-gritty behind clingy, so y'all could be able to really like, oh shit, this shit really got this far. For my Haras dolls who already know the clingy situation, I know y'all gonna tell me y'all sentiments in the comments. Y'all gonna go off. I'm ready to hear y'all point of view. I'm actually just really happy that I'm back on camera, back talking to you guys. And the sacrifice that I've made, to bring you guys new content. I'm also happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I've been missing in action a little bit, but we got some good stuff coming that I really believe in this project. I really believe in it, and I want to give it to y'all where I'm not the only one benefiting from this project, but y'all benefit too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I'm gonna have a lot more giveaways, a lot more prizes coming and stuff like that. So everybody who didn't win for the 5K, there are more chances to win. And then everybody I had on my list that I appreciate y'all and love y'all, and I see y'all supporting me, y'all not going nowhere. Y'all on my list. Like, we out here. The more money I make, the more money I can spend giving back, the more stuff I can do. I even not just want to do give backs, but people who struggling and going through certain things, I want to do fundraisers for them. Like, I want this to be a community, like, where we can all lean on one another, but I can be the person to, you know, facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? So our community, it needs to be solid. Like, we don't need no losers in here. Clingy swore she was a Haras doll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this girl, I would upload a video, and 10 minutes later, Clingy's like, I just saw your video, calling and texting me. That's how I knew she had post notifications on for me. And I'm not saying that I don't want people to have post notifications on, but it just wasn't a healthy relationship. My relationship with Clingy, she was doing too much, too fast. She was pushing on me, overstimulating me, and now she's still attaching herself to my life. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, I can't shake this girl off, bro. Like, I thought I shook you off in September. Then I thought when I quit, I would have shook you off. And then after I quit, I still couldn't shake you off. Now we're in 2025 in the next year, and I still can't shake you off. And I still gotta have you in my fucking space for another 3 months, bro. Another 90 days, bro. I cannot shake you off. You're pissing me off. You're annoying, bro. Unclench me, bro. Unclench me. Like, the fact that you took so long to even file this report, bro, just shows how nefarious you are. It shows how fucking calculating you are. And I remember my first Clingy video, one of my Haras dolls said that in comment. The most dangerous people is the ones who are insecure, quiet, with no personality, bro. Because y'all are literally sitting there, instead of pouring into yourself, Clingy, you're trying to figure out ways to take me down, and you're not going to succeed. This is a losing battle, bro. This is a lost war. The war has been lost already. My destiny, my journey is already stamped. The only person who could take anything away from me is me and my God. But jealous people think they have power over your life. You thought by being my supervisor and trying to get me fired was your strong suit, and you realize you could do nothing with that. Now you're trying to use the law against me. You're still trying to hold on to me. Because after this is over, I'm still going to make videos about you. I'm still going to dun you. And I'm going to dox you. There's going to be nothing you can do about it. You're not taking my voice away. Leave me alone. Go have this same energy with your sister's boyfriend who's beating her ass and also whip your ass. And tell your brother, I mean not your brother, your boyfriend, to have that same energy with him too. The fuck is you talking about? Niggas got me fucked up. But nevertheless, y'all, that was the story time. That was the story time. And I plan on giving y'all more stories. Like pure white sugar. I'm gonna give y'all pure white sugar because I think I did a poll on my community post, and I love that. I'm gonna do more polls because sometimes I have a list of stories I'm gonna tell y'all, and sometimes I can't decide on what story. So I like that I gave y'all 3 options, and pure white sugar, which is about my sugar daddy, and halitosis, which is about a guy I dated who had very bad breath, but the story behind it is really funny. You guys voted, they were close in rank, but you guys voted for pure white sugar. And then I had Bronx Tales, which is about a sewing story with another designer or whatever. So I have stories, but I love that y'all able to pick what y'all want to, you know, hear about, whatever. I love that. So yeah, so pure white sugar is coming up next. And what's after that? After pure white sugar, I think we're gonna do the halitosis, and then we're gonna do Bronx Tales, and then we're gonna keep going. And then by the time all these stories come out this week, because I'm gonna film all that for you this week, then we're gonna tap into the new story times that I have for stuff that has recently happened to me that I gotta keep y'all tapped into. And I already told y'all I got vlogs coming. I really want y'all to travel with me on a daily, but right now I'm trying to build and organize a system in my life so that once I rip and run, I can rip and run. You know what I'm saying? When I'm vlogging, I have a system for it. With everything, I have a system for it. But I'm talking your head off. This is what happened to me. This is the story with me and Clingy. My advice to you guys, I know you guys are going to give me advice in the comments and I can't wait to hear it. But my personal advice to you guys is, number one, the internet is not a real place, but it's also not a fake place, and it's not a joke. So be careful what you are saying and doing on the internet, because these people are tracking IPs. These people are doing a lot of different things. And you got to remember, on my YouTube channel, I am registered to get paid there and all that stuff. So my social, everything is registered with Google AdSense. So it was easy for them to find me. You feel me? So it's just different shit like that. Like, anything could be misconstrued. You have a lot of people who are aggressors who play victim. A lot of people who throw rocks and hide their hand. You know what I'm saying? They'll say certain shit to you to bait you just so that they could get something on you, so that they can use it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that use the law to play their dirty games, and, you know, just different shit. You just got to be mindful of that. So you just got to be very careful. Don't share too much personal information. Don't befriend these bitches. Your coworkers are not your friends. Your coworkers are not your friends. Do your job, go home. Don't share nothing with them. Don't let them share shit with you. You don't want to hear it. Keep a straight face. Just, y'all protect yourselves, bro. Protect yourself. And I know that with me and the journey that I'm on and where I'm going in life and where I would like to go and all the things I'm working on, I have to be accountable and I have to make better decisions to protect myself. And a lot of shit don't deserve energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were trolling under my YouTube. I could have just blocked them and ignored them and kept blocking them. I could have myself went to the cops about them. I don't be wanting to pour into shit that I don't give a fuck about. I trolled them for like 5 minutes and went about my business. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is just some shit that you just don't have to give energy to, and you just shouldn't. Because guess what? Ignoring them and treating them that like they don't exist hurts them way more. That's why Clingy's hurt. Clingy is hurt because she's a ghost in my life. You don't exist. And you're trying to continue to matter. And you just don't. You don't matter, Clingy. You're a non-factor. Even though I had to get processed and go through that, you still don't matter. I still went to work that night. I still made my money. And then the next day, I went about my business like nothing happened. Like, I wasn't at home even thinking about the shit the next day or the next week, because I had so much shit lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go live your life, Clingy. Like, after this is over, go live your life. Is she gonna push this? My lawyer told me that she's gonna let me know, but I'm pretty sure Clingy's gonna push this. She's gonna try to play victim, but guess what? That order of protection, it expires. It's not long-term. It expires. Like, there's people facing DV cases that can't even get a long-term order of protection. Like, girl, like, you're not about to sit here and bait me on my YouTube channel and then try to get me hemmed up about it. Like, girl, I don't care about you, but guess what? That kite is going out. Yeah, because now you're on my radar. Not saying I'm gonna think about you, but you're on my radar, bitch. You don't have to know what that means, but you're on my radar. You wasn't on my radar before, but you're on my radar now. Like, I got you. I'm gonna get you, Clingy. I'm gonna get you. Vengeance is not ours, say the Lord. Vengeance is not ours. I understand that. But there's always a reaction to every action. Remember that. So all in all, I'm done talking our heads off. I'm so happy I got that off my chest. Feels good. I got that off my chest. I just want to say thank you guys for always loving, supporting me, pouring into me, right, wrong, or indifferent, giving me advice. And I wish you guys nothing but abundance, safety, love. Make sure you guys are always setting your boundaries immediately. Make sure you guys respect other people's boundaries so that they can respect yours. And anytime you see someone insecure, run the other way. Nothing good could come from someone who doesn't believe in themselves. Nothing good could come from someone who can't pour into themselves. Nothing good could come from someone who doubts themselves. Nothing good could come from insecurity. You being insecure in yourself, other people being insecure in themselves, nothing good could come from it. Vibrate high always. And anytime you see somebody vibrating lower than you, leave them where they are at. That's it. That's the last advice I have for you guys. In other words, you guys know how I like to end off my story times. And one thing I want to say too is there's somebody who watches my stories, and I know you watch my stories based on a comment you said to me, and you know who you are. They basically was making it seem like because I'm sharing stories with y'all and I'm not doing, I guess, enough fashion stuff for them, that I'm not really doing shit on here. But let them know, Harris Dolls, we're a tribe, bro. We're a tribe. stories, fashion, all that shit intertwined, we're a tribe and we're solid. And nobody could tell us we ain't shit. Okay? Period. But nevertheless, make sure you butts, if you're not gonna do butts, if you're not gonna do anything else, y'all, pour into yourself. Pour into your motherfucking self, because there's so many people trying to take from you. Pour into yourself, keep your tank full, protect your house, protect yourself, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see y'all in the motherfucking next one. Bye. Oh yes, and Harris dolls that have not claimed their prizes, please claim your prize so I can send them, so I can move forward to the next prize. Bye.